Making weird sounds. Oh my God, push the button. Push the button before the next song comes on. Okay, there we go. Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's Monday. What's going on? What are you doing? Are you wearing pants on Labor Day? I mean, you can't wear white pants anymore because it's Labor Day, right? Isn't that the rule? No more white pants after Labor Day, I think. I think that's the rule, right? Don't wear white after Labor Day. Question mark? According to the Farmer's Almanac, the tradition of not wearing white after the end of summer carried over into the 1950s when the wealthy would do so to show refinement. And those who followed the rule were generally seen in a more positive light. Oh my God. What? Why, what? All right, we got to get to the bottom of this. We got to get deeper. We got to get deeper why you can't wear white after Labor Day. The first and most commonly accepted theory concerns the weather. Labor Day for many marks an end to summer and warm weather. Generally, this is about the time of year that people switch their closets from their summer wardrobe to a winter one, while fabrics are the main thing that changes between a winter and summer wardrobe, the colors also tend to become darker for the winter season. That's it. The other theory revolves around wealth. Lighter colors were worn by affluent groups who were able to afford to leave town on summer holidays. Streets in the 1800s were made of dirt and assured you would be covered in dirt if white was worn. Thus, those who had enough wealth to leave town for summer wore white through the season. If one were to wear white after Labor Day, it was considered showing off wealth. It was also a way of distinguishing between new money and old money, as new money was not as well versed in etiquette. So wearing white after Labor Day was a way of telling who was from money and who had newly acquired money. Oh, wow. Okay, needless to say, none of this shit has anything to do with me. I shall continue to wear whatever wardrobe I choose then, because I'm a modern man. Okay, I'm a modern man in the year 2024. It is Labor Day, September 2nd, 2024. I'm supposed to say that at the beginning. I'm also supposed to say, replay Team 6, leave a comment. I'm also supposed to say, subscribe and hit the like button and become a member and become a patron and do all of the things. If you want to see more hiking content, I guess hiking content is the only content I've really put up. Hiking, risk, live streams, whatever. Yeah, if you want more of this cavalcade of this nonsense, then you can contribute as much money as you want. Sky's the limit, Chief, right? Anyhow, thank you for everybody who supports the channel. We'll run through the quick member numbers. Member numbers was 51 this morning. We have 51 members, and patrons dropped down to 121. But a big shout out this September, as in every September, because Mikey Fishy's patronage gets charged in September, and the Patreon number goes way up in September because of Mikey Fishy. Shout out to Mikey. I love you, dude. We should go to a fish convention someday. That's what we should do. Or a hike. We should go on a hike and do more hiking content. Yeah, that little hike video I posted this week, that's probably the easiest, most accessible, simplest hike that anybody could do in Washington. It is Deception Falls. You basically drive on the freeway. You see the turnoff. You turn off the road. You park in a parking lot. A nice open parking lot with asphalt and everything. You just park, you get out, and you go walk around and you look at the falls and everything. It is a short hike. I think it's about a mile, maybe loop, maybe. I don't even know. I just ran around a bunch out there and was filming some stuff and was like, you know what? I should make this into a video. And like, how does it pertain to people like myself and like yourself that are fish keepers? You go like, hey, I don't understand why all these people in Western Washington have such an easy time keeping so much fish, so many tanks, so many fish, so many tanks, blah, blah, blah. And the main reason for that, as we know, is the collective contributions of the citizens formulated tax funded projects to bring water and power to Western Washington. I don't know if people are up on that stuff. I've talked about it many times in live streams, and I do hope to at some point do more in-depth filming about what really goes into the water supply. If you guys have been tracking this channel for a long time, the connection that I had to going behind the scenes and doing a bunch of stuff, unfortunately, tragically passed away at 42 years old, which is a shame, an absolute travesty in this day and age that somebody would die so young, but and so like sort of without warning, you know. So the plans changed and the contacts have changed, but at some point in time, I do hope to do a really sort of comprehensive video series on water management in Washington, and hopefully try to expand on that, because I do think it's an important topic. And a while ago, I was looking around to try and find more content and see if like other people were doing it. And I do think that that's something that there's not a whole lot of content, I guess, like content that's made by people like myself, the independent weirdo with cameras and YouTube and whatnot. So I'm like, maybe that's a cool spot to do a project and work on making content behind that, so that people could maybe have a better understanding, or maybe appreciation, or maybe just understanding. Maybe you don't have to have an appreciation, but understanding as to like what really goes into supplying water to your tap, right? You know, even in a place where I live, where it rains all the time, maybe like I said, maybe that's not as appreciated as much in the area that I live in, although our water is freaking delicious here out of the tap. Anytime I travel the country or travel the world and I realize what's coming out of their tap, I'm like, damn, you deal with this every day? Is this a thing you deal with every day? Why don't you have a filter on here? Questions. I'd be like, I have questions. And I rarely ever get them answered. But either way, I feel like it's something worth spending some time on. It's something I hope to be able to do. What's the deceptive part? Actually, why is it Deception Falls? Let's find out. I didn't. I don't know how it got its name. The Deception Falls in Washington State, named for the cliff that forms the last stretch of Deception Creek before it joins the Tyee River. The Tyee River. The name Deception Falls has been used since the 1980s. The 1890s. What's wrong with me today? Deception Creek is located in northwestern King County, Washington. The river starts at the Trico Lake on the Trico Mountain and flows north. Why was it named Deception Falls? The name Deception Falls dates back to at least the 1890s, when the Great Northern Railroad was constructed across the Cascade Mountains. How did it get its name? Got its name from Captain George Vancouver. Oh, the Vancouver guy. He named a lot of crap around, who felt deceived by the width of the waterway. Anyone who has road tripped around Washington State might have noticed a depressing trend. Cape Disappointment. Yeah, Captain Vancouver, fucking dude, named a bunch of shit, and he seemed to be a bit of a maniac. Named things weird stuff like Cape Disappointment, Deception Pass, been deceived. A very weird guy. You got to think that's a weird dude back then, right? Yeah, but the Deception Creek Trailhead and the Deception Falls is and the Iron Goat. The Iron Goat is the more difficult one. Hold on, let me show you what I'm. This is a map in Western Washington. So let's give you this look right here. So this road right here is this is Interstate 90. Very easy to, or no, why did I say I-90? This is Highway 2. Sorry. Stevens Pass is up here where you go snow skiing, snowboarding. You could enter tube, I guess, or whatever frozen water mountain sport you like to do. You could do it up here. It can be done. I always forget this is called Cowboy Mountain. Anyhow, so where's the Deception Falls? Oh yeah, Deception Falls is right here. It's a very short trek around the mountain or around the waterway here. The more difficult route is this one. That's called the Iron Goat Trailhead, and you go across this trestle and whatnot, and you go up here. I think you go up this way. No, that's the train tracks. Where does the... Oh, this is the trail. You go this way, and you go up here, and you go to the Iron Goat Martin Creek Trailhead, and then you go way up here, and then you go all the way out here, and then you go all the way out here, and you go all the way out here, up into the top. It takes a while. That's a more difficult one. Deception Falls. I zoomed in too hard, bro. Is right here. It's easy. You get off the trailhead here, and you go roundabouts out in here. Roundabouts. So, but yeah, it's the short trek is the one that I went on because I just didn't have a lot of time. And word to the wise, folks, my knee is doing weird things these days, so likely trip to the doctor to see what's up. It's making weird noises and very occasionally has sharp shooting pain in it, and that's not normal. So who knows? Maybe I might be dying. I don't know. I might be dying knee first, right? That might be the thing. That might be a thing that's happening around here. I might be dying knee first. But the bot, the Fish Fam Link bot has said thanks for gifting 5 memberships. That's right. We gifted memberships to Jim's Fish, Brian Mason, Mickey's Aquariums, yes sir, and Eat What the Monkeys Eat. And that's funny because some of those people are risk people. Some of those people are people that have been watching because of risk content. Like Brian Mason, I know for sure, is a risk content viewer, not a fish person. So the risk people are slowly bleeding in over here. The risk people are bleeding into the main channel, which is fine. I don't mind. We play Risk sometimes. Whenever I get a chance to stream some live Risk, I'll do it. Maybe we'll do it today. I don't know. But it is Labor Day. I'm streaming earlier than I normally do on Mondays. I normally stream at 2 o'clock on Mondays, but we have a neighborhood barbecue today with all of the neighbors. So we're going to be having a neighborhood barbecue, and that starts at 3, so I couldn't really stream at 2 o'clock because then we'd only stream for an hour, and that seems to be inefficient for people, right? Like, that's not enough. It's not a strong enough stream for folks. Which reminds me, we got to open up the green room in case anybody wants to call in today. There we go. Got the green room open. Daniel Velez. Hello, everyone. Long time no catch live. Hope the family is well. The family is doing well. Vicky and the daughter, Olivia, went south. They went southbound. Apparently, Vicky's dad needs to borrow a vehicle, so they're driving down there to drop off a vehicle. And if you're asking if Olivia is driving, no, Olivia is not driving. One of Vicky's friends is driving down, and then they're gonna leave a car down there and do that. Some bonding time with the guy with the far right flags could be interesting. He doesn't show up to any of the neighborhood stuff, so probably not. Joel G says, knees and shoulders. I managed to fix my shoulders with exercise. Knees seem harder, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's... I'm not sure what's going on, but something is... I'm feeling a pain in it, and I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be going away, so... I'm normally of the, like, okay, let's take it easy. Let's not try to screw it up and rest on it or whatever, or try not to do any extreme crazy stuff. But currently, it's just keeping coming back. Plus, I went jogging yesterday, and that didn't seem to help it very much. So, you know. As far as rest goes, that's probably not a form of rest, jogging, right? But Olivia wanted to go running, so we went running. You know how it is. You know how it is. When the kids want to run, we got to run. Joel G says, I got the impression that the water was quite tasty and low in dissolved solids. That's, yeah, the TDS here is very close to zero coming out of the tap. Like, there's just not a whole lot of extra crap in the water around here. Yeah. So, we have quite clean water and quite tasty. It's like, people go like, well, you get bottled water, bottled water. The water coming out of our tap here is very close to bottled water in its own right. Renee Dequois was here. Hello. I don't know if they're still here. They might have left. Oh, Frank Dominguez, Witchy Cat, and Aubrey were the first to the chat. What was Aubrey saying? I saw. Oh, yeah. What's the deceptive part? Yeah, apparently the deceptive part was Captain Vancouver naming things like a maniac, you know. How goes the algae battle? The algae battle is ongoing. I'm waging a war against algae in this tank right here, and it seems to be never ending. It's some weird... it's a weird algae I haven't really dealt with in the past. It's sort of like... It's neon green, and it's like green hair algae, but it's like neon green. So quite annoying. And it grows extraordinarily fast. So I think that the battle is... I think I'm winning the battle. But the battle continues. The battle continues. But the tank is growing, and I got a major trim the other day, too. I pulled a ton of plants out of it that had like completely overgrown the other side. And things are rebounding and growing quite well, so that's good. But my dwarf baby tier carpet is slowly regaining its strength, so we'll see how it goes over time. Sorry about the loss of your dog. I try to catch up with watching replays. Yeah, I mean, it was really sad that we lost Biddy. She was old, but we just kind of assumed it wasn't going to be that sudden. And the hard part is that we were gone. That's like the really hard part. I kind of keep going through this, like, the moment that it happened, because we got home from a really tough short camping trip where we were just exhausted. And the weird thing was, it kind of really stands out to me that like we got home and I had to poop really bad. I had to poop really bad. So I went in the bathroom, I was pooping, and then I heard Vicky scream from the kitchen. Just like, 2 minutes later, she started screaming, and I don't know. I don't know how rapidly you guys can get out of the bathroom. But I tried to get out of the bathroom as quickly as possible, but as you know, like cleaning up, washing your hands, putting your pants back on, and I just keep. I kind of reliving hearing Vicky be upset just at discovering Biddy. And it's, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how, like, I don't know if other people are this way. I bet you are. I bet everybody's this way. But when you really kind of think of those, like, really emotional moments, like, do you hear it? Like, because I can hear it. It's really weird. I can still hear it in my head. So I don't know if that's the same for everybody, but it is that way for me. And I kind of hit on this before, and Vicky and I talked about it. That I think the biggest thing that we were upset about wasn't so much that she died, but she died by herself when we weren't here. The way that she was kind of splayed out, she was obviously distressed, right? It would be the way to put it. And I really, that's kind of really impactful, sort of emotionally between the two of us on like how we feel about having lost the dog. We feel kind of the worst of like not being there. Biddy had a great life. She did live to be 14. We took her on a lot of stuff. We kind of stopped taking her on trips because she was getting older. And she always had this sort of weird thing with like the long car rides. She generally would be okay for a while, but then enough bumps and stuff or whatever would start to give her panic attacks. And we just were like, she's getting old, and I don't know if we really want to put her through feeling that the panic attack type situation, right? So we kind of stopped taking her on trips because it was just seemed like it was putting her under more stress than it needed. So, but we ultimately feel the worst for like not being there when she passed away. It's unfortunate, Joel G says, same here. TDS of about 40, which I prefer, which is like, it's like a base water that can be built up to suit if you want hardness. Easier to make hard than make soft, I guess. Yeah, that's true. I mean, as far as like hardness and content of the water, if you're sort of starting with a clean slate, our TDS here, like the lowest I've ever seen it was 8 coming out of the tap. I think the highest I've ever seen it was 40. Our water here is like really soft. It's almost like RO water just coming out of the tap. It's not RO water for your reef, but it's very easy to clean it for your reef. In fact, I used to volunteer at a store, I used to help out at a store. I used to work there, but not like as a name tag wearing employee. One of the interesting things there with the water filtration system was only deionizing. That's all for, a big giant building of reef tanks. That's the only thing that we were doing was deionizing. That's all. And it was interesting, but also from the fact that like you're going like, oh, you don't need the charcoal. Oh, you don't need a particulate filter. Oh, you don't need the full reverse osmosis system. You don't need any of that stuff. All you need is just deionizing, and it just picked up the little bit of crap that was coming in the water, which really wasn't much. Mark says, oh, nerve pain. I'm not sure. It feels joint related in my knee. Because it's like a bending action or when it's under stress. It doesn't feel like a nerve thing. I don't think it's a nerve thing, but I don't know. I'm gonna go to the doctor and see what they say. They'll probably order imaging, and some weird guy will look at my X-ray or something and be like, "Oh, you got a inflammation or what?" I don't know. Not a doctor. Never claimed to be a doctor. Don't know. But the sort of reoccurring pain in my knee, it's like coming and going. So I don't know. Maybe it is just I tweaked it or something, and I keep aggravating it. But I don't know. But I am 44 now, so this the Mona Lisa here ain't gonna last forever. So might as well take advantage of medical care when I can get it. Excuse me. Wesley's Fish Club says, I notice the more I mess with the water, the less stable things are. Also, changes should be slow over time instead of making an assumption a day after adding something. Yeah, that's one of the bigger issues I think most people takes a long time to learn. It takes seconds to explain. Is that, oh, hey, you got to have patience, right? It takes zero effort to explain having patience. But as far as any small ecosystem that you have, or even a large ecosystem that you have, you really have to have patience. One of the biggest things that we have now as far as advantages are the technology-based testing systems. Recently, I've been sort of going over soil amendment papers from a couple of university papers that I found that I've been trying to go over some of the soil testing and where does that cross over into water systems, essentially, and trying to figure out exactly what they're coming up with amendments and whatnot. And one of these days, I will be able to edit up a dry fertilizer video for you guys, it's on my to-do list, but the first version of it that I started making was far too crass. It was far too crass, and I was going off on these weird tangents about companies that want to steal your money for fertilizer, essentially. And I was going off the rails. So we've scrapped that project, and we will start anew with a better script and see how that goes. But I also was thinking that it might be better to just make short videos, make the shorts, TikTok style, 60-second videos. And just make those into a series of 60-second videos. And then I was like, well, how the fuck am I going to do that? So I've been working on trying to figure out how to do that, because I don't think it requires a half an hour long video with a lot of ums and whats and with the this thing and and hold on, let me go get the spoon, or whatever. So trying to figure out how to do that into shorter 60-second videos, I think, is probably the better way to go. But I don't think it also requires a bunch of diatribes and side tangents and all that kind of shit. So I think if they're a bunch of minute-long videos, I think that would help people the most. I think it would be the most helpful. But yeah. Feel better soon, but hey, football games are finally here. Boo Seahawks. Mark, as a Cardinals fan, I know that it feels good for you to say boo Seahawks, but I do also know that the Seahawks are going to be fielding quite a good football team this year, so I can take it with just a chuckle, because I know that at the very least, the Seattle football Seahawks will be playing good ball this year, I think. So at least the games will be exciting and interesting. We're exiting the Pete Carroll era. If you guys don't know who Pete Carroll is, he's the longtime Seattle Seahawks coach. He was the longtime USC coach. At one point in time, he coached the Patriots a million years ago. But last year at the end of the season, the squad decided, or the higher-ups, the owners, whoever, decided that it was time for a culture change after, I think, 16 seasons. I don't know how many How many seasons was Pete Carroll? Pete Carroll as head coach of the Seahawks. How many years? I think it was 16. I'm not sure. Sorry, 14 seasons. 14 seasons. 14 seasons. And, it's kind of one of those things that Pete Carroll's an amazing coach, but I do think realistically, like, he kept losing his coaching staff year after year after year. And I think realistically that was the hardest thing for them to recover, because a lot of people would say, oh, the players went, right? Like, oh, the players went. Oh, the players went. Sure. That is obviously a problem. I think ultimately the problem is his coaching staff. If people were hiring his coaches every single year, he loses defensive coordinator, he loses offensive coordinator, he loses quarterbacks coach. All these people are getting hired on to go take bigger positions at with other teams, right? And you go like, okay, that's great. All your coaches, like everybody wants your coaches to come coach their team. You lose your coach, you get a new coach, and there's always something to be said that, like, if you're promoting people within your organization, that's awesome, and everybody loves that. But if last year that guy was good enough to be an assistant coach and you didn't promote him to head coach last year, why was that? And it's like, well, because the other guy was a better coach, and you're like, well, we lost that guy because somebody else paid him a bunch of money to leave, essentially, right? And you're like, okay, now we're promoting this guy. And it's like, this guy was good. Maybe he wasn't ready to be a coach. But year after year after year after year after year, we ended up, like, I think, what was it, last year we had, Shane Waldron, isn't that his name? Who was the OC for Seahawks 2023? Yeah, Ryan Grubb is the offensive coordinator now. Why would it say? Oh my God. No, that's why I said 2023. Oh my God, the internet is just a disaster. Okay, I guess I have to look up the history of the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, Shane Waldron. Yeah, Shane Waldron was the offensive coordinator last year, and a lot of questions, Brian Schottenheimer seemed to do a pretty good job. Darrell Bevel was the guy before. You have all these coaches, and you're changing every year with all of your coaching staff. It's wild to try and manage continuity. And I think what ended up happening is that eventually you start getting into this weird situation where your coaches, you have no continuity because this new guy's coming in all the time, and you're really trying to manage the coaching, and you're trying to manage the team, and you're trying to manage the scheme and the players and the da-da-da-da. And I think it just eventually was slowly eroding itself over time. I think that's realistically what was ending up happening, because you could really see the Seahawks play over the last 2 years was really, really, it was really one-dimensional. I mean, there just wasn't a lot of really amazing football play, realistically. And a lot of it was coming from the coach side, right? Whereas the coaches were, you can't just run the same plays over and over again and hope that you're going to have success. You need to be able to have an adaptable scheme that you can adapt on the fly, right? And be able to, figure out what the other team is doing against you and adjust to it, right? So, and I really started seeing less and less in that over time. And I think a lot of that had to do with losing a coach season after season after season. Arizona is another year away. Need more depth for sure. Yeah, I mean Arizona The Arizona Cardinals are really it's a rough situation. Mark says, I'm so sad about the 2008 Super Bowl. Oof, damn you, Pittsburgh. Yeah, that game still stands out. It stands out to me. First time we ever been to a Super Bowl. It was very exciting. And just to see like the refs call that game that way, it was really disappointing. And I feel bad for like Matt Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander and all Steve Hutchinson and all those guys, all the stars from that era. The Walter, what's his name? Well, I can't remember his name right now, but there are a lot of players on that squad that really deserved to win a Super Bowl and at least have one ring, and they didn't. They missed it because of some really crazy referee calls. So I don't know. It is what it is, but it's still pretty disappointing. Arizona has been a dumpster fire, and we still miss Bruce Arians. Yeah, I agree, 100%. The Arizona Cardinals have indeed been a dumpster fire for sure, no question about it. Hopefully they turn it around, and I don't really wish any of the NFL teams to be just horribly bad, but sometimes they get there. Sometimes they get to that point, and then because of the rampant socialism throughout the NFL, right? If you want a perfect example of why socialism works, look at the NFL. Not only are they taxpayer funded for their stadiums, they're taxpayer funded for their regular operating. They're also, even just from within the system of itself, are a form of socialism in the fact that the worst team gets to pick the best players, the best new players coming into the new year, right? If you're the worst team, you get to pick first. Welcome to the Chicago Bears. Who picked first this last year? Chicago Bears, right? Draft order 2023. NFL draft orders. Oh, we need to. Oops, I did 20. Oops. Oh, I put an extra 2 in there. It would help if I knew what year it was. I keep hitting the 3. No, we don't want the draft tracker. Oh, my God. NBA? No. Yeah. Chicago Bears. I think they had two top picks, right? Didn't they? I thought they had 2. I thought the Bears had the 1st and the 5th or something, right? No, maybe they didn't. Maybe that was like last year or something. But the Chicago Bears at 2 and 15 had the top pick. The Bears have the number 1 pick in back-to-back years thanks to a trade with Carolina from last March. Oh, back-to-back years. That's right. So they had the number 1 last year because of they had the Carolina Panthers. Who was our number 1 pick? I have to scroll down for the Seahawks because they're not up at the top, although they're right in the middle at 9 and 8. Who was our first pick? I can't remember now. Who was our number 1 draft pick? I can't remember now. Seahawks. Hold on. Oh, that's right. Byron Murphy out of Texas. So we'll see how he does this year. I had forgotten. I haven't really seen him play this preseason, so wait until next week to see him play. Oh, we're playing the Broncos again. That's right. Our first game is against the Broncos. We'll see. See how that goes. Either way. Not really a football channel, but football season is back, and we love it. Oh, Witchy Cat is in here. She's calling in. What's going on? Where you at?
Nah.
What are you doing?
Listening to some guy on the YouTube yak. What are you doing?
Oh, my God. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm just being real quiet.
Yakking on YouTube.
Being real quiet.
Good job.
Daniel Velez says, gotta go. Have an early flight tomorrow. Have to say adios to the familia. This year's visit to Spain in the books. Have a great Labor Day, everyone. Oh, that's right. Daniel Velez was in Spain again. I was in Spain this year. I loved it, and would love to go back anytime. Anytime Spain wants to invite me to come back, I'll come back. It was good. What's going on up on the mountain? Do you have a misty morning? It was misty here this morning.
No. It's trying to be overcast.
It's attempting.
It is. It's supposed to rain this evening, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just another little warm, little humid. None of the fun stuff.
None of the fun stuff? What fun stuff?
No actual rain. It's just the sort of
it's just like
uncomfortable heat aspects.
It's just being weird.
Yeesh.
Humid. Wesley's Fish Club says, come to Vivarium. I would love to go to Vivarium. The biggest issue is flights and hotel. And then I think this year it was, November 23rd and 24th, which is a problem because I think that's Thanksgiving, right?
Very close.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, Thanksgiving's the 28th this year, so that might actually work. But I don't have flights. I don't have anything booked, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't have a lot of money for spending on international travel at this point. So that's going to be the bigger issue: getting a flight, getting a hotel, paying for all that crap. And then I still don't have a YouTube editor. So if I do make a bunch of the videos, then I got to come home and try and fix all the shit that needed fixing while I was gone, and then edit all that stuff. And I have to like make up all that time while I was gone and try and edit on top. Huh?
Is that software still being a friend?
What do you mean?
Well, you were saying that you're having a hard time getting it updated the last stream. I would have thought that it would have hopefully gotten itself figured out.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've explained this so many times on stream that it takes a shitload of time to edit.
Oh,
it's a job.
Okay.
It's a job itself. Like, I don't know. I don't know how people think like movies get made, but there's a shitload of guys and gals editing stuff for months to make a movie, right? And understandably, I get like that an 8-minute YouTube video is it's not a 2-hour Avengers Endgame movie, right? It still takes hours and hours and hours of editing to do that shit, and there's pans in the fire that need attending, and if I'm just sitting here like clicking away editing something, and like I made that hike video, and there's also the side of the story that like YouTube sent me an email the other day. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much for making all the content that you've made. You've uploaded over 1,800 videos in your time on YouTube, blah, blah. We love it. Here's a gift. What was the gift? I think it was like, I think the gift was, oh yeah, have some treats on us. So the treats were take a break, sit back in your armchair with free entry to a movie of your choice at AMC theaters or Regal cinemas. So I could go see a movie. I could take a free master class on Adobe and other Creative Cloud apps for 1 month if I wanted. Or I could enjoy a $100 off select GoPro products. Right. So, yeah, you know, where you're like,
That's funny.
is there a button here I could click where you could just promote my videos like normal? I don't know. How about that? That would be a better
Right.
gift, you know? So, you know, and I'm just saying that, like, I'm not mad that, like, people watch my content. Like, it's great. I love that. But, you know, it's like the Deception False video got 252 views with 12 comments, 39 likes and 1 dislike. Somebody disliked it, which who cares? But just to be clear, right? I lost a subscriber, and we made a total of 73 cents. So, you know, we got that going for us, right? 73 cents, baby. But we also got to take like 36% of that out for taxes, 36.9, right? So whatever the fuck math that is, I don't even know. But it goes. I know the number goes down.
Yeah, right.
So,
Doesn't go the right way.
It doesn't go up. I know that it goes down. So I don't know about you guys, but if you worked for, like, you know, not only like filming it, so filming it was probably, you know, obviously I like going on hikes, but filming it while I'm on a hike, it's a little hike, not a very big hike or anything like that. That takes time. Then I got to come home and offload it. Then, you know, a couple hours. Let's say we put 8 hours in altogether with the hike and the filming and the fucking around and then the editing and all that shit. And if you make 73 cents a day taxed at 36.9%, right? Like, it's not a long time, but it's not a long time before living in a van down by the river sounds like a luxury. You know what I'm saying? At those rates. So, you know, admittedly, it's like I get the call, hey, I need somebody to come move this equipment or whatever. And I go, okay, what's that pay? Oh, you know, $30 an hour. Like, well, I better go do that, you know? Like,
Right.
you know, what's that pay? Oh, $100 an hour to go fix the fascia on somebody's house. I better go do that, you know?
Well, and while I didn't use it, people should remember, if they like that content, even if they can't join, there's always the thanks button. Make use of it.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, I don't care if, like,
I know.
you know, I don't care if, like, I appreciate that people are donating money. Whoops, this thing is set weird. I'm gonna fix this light. I'm realizing I'm like, unless I'm on a really good screen, I'm like a ghost. I'm like a ghost on stream today. That light was way up bright. I know why, because I was filming. I was filming for my OnlyFans account. Just feet stuff, you know. You know, mashing bananas with my bare feet. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. I think ultimately, like, I totally appreciate people contributing and chipping in. It's awesome. But I'm never, like, it's never a requirement. I've pretty much held fast to the, like, I'm not gatekeeping content.
Right.
I don't want to be doing that, you know, because, well, first off, if somebody was like, hey, we're gonna pay you, you know, $260,000 a year to gatekeep all your content, I'd be like, all right, put it behind a paywall. I don't give a fuck, you know. Like,
Bring it on.
I mean, it would be the reality, right? But I'm like, why the fuck would I do that right now? Like, obviously it doesn't make any sense.
Yes, Wesley, people pay for that.
Yeah, people pay for that shit for sure. I don't think I'm the target actor for those scenes, so you know what I mean. If anybody was ever wondering, I don't have the porno dong. If you're ever wondering if it was something that crossed your mind, I don't. So just chill. It's all good.
Well, what about the porno feet?
I certainly don't have porno feet, man. These sleds are fucking gross. They're
Okay.
yeah. I got big ass fucking gnarly feet with issues. I got feet issues, bro.
That's unfortunate.
It's what happens when you abuse the shit out of your feet, you know.
Sure. That climbing and hiking and all that fun stuff.
Climbing, hiking. I played soccer for 20 years, you know. Yeah,
Nail polish.
I've never been super friendly to my feet. I could put on some nail polish. Yeah, I could. I wouldn't really help. That's
Lipstick on a pig.
Lipstick on a pig. It's, you know, shining a turd, you know. Yeah. And I'm not a feet guy either. I don't understand people like that. That is not even in my wheelhouse at all. I'm like, feet fucking gross me out. So, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And frankly, not motivated to find out. Just not.
We have them. We needn't look at them.
No, oh my God. This is probably TMI, but I met a weird girl that was into that. And I didn't call her back. You know, if you know what I'm saying.
I did.
You're gonna be out here sucking on people's toes and shit. It's fucking gross.
It's just so weird. It's like, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to remember that, like, there's a limit of your weirdness because most humans can understand the fact that, like, this doesn't exist only in this space and time. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, an easy example would be, like, let's say you met a spouse that's into, like, multiple partners all the time, right? It's like you can think like, oh, this person's 36 years old, right? That means that this has been going on for quite some time.
A long time, yeah.
You know, kind of like, huh, all right.
Right.
Just you know, humans are able to think that way. We're able to follow a schedule, pre-plan, think about the future,
Right.
Understand the calendar. Like today's the 2nd, tomorrow's the 3rd. We get it.
Funny how that works.
Let's see. Michael Bidwell isn't the best owner. Many years of experience like Snyder in Washington. Bidwell's a bad man. Yeah, I don't know about the ownership of the Arizona Cardinals all that much, but I believe you. I mean, I'd probably look into it, but it'd be a waste of my time. The ownership in Seattle is the Allen family. Of previously Paul Allen, which I forget what Paul Allen died from. I think like some kind of stomach cancer or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like specifically, what did he die of? I think it was like stomach cancer or something crazy like that. What did he die of?
Brain, I feel right.
I only ever saw him speak once in person, and it was about the expansion around South Lake Union, and you could see, like, you know, I guess I could see that. You're like, I could see how this guy got to where he's at. You know, seemed very knowledgeable. Seemed like he really knew kind of what was going on. The Vulcan was his big company after Microsoft, and he did a ton of developing and whatnot. And initially, like, his big plan with South Lake Union was, in his presentation, was like, look, I'm building these buildings that are small apartments, but them not being an apartment is the important part, that they're actually condos, because his thought process was, we're losing our graduates, right? Like we're putting in a ton of money into the University of Washington. We're putting a ton of money into these graduates being essentially like high-tech workers, right? so that they're essentially ready to step in at Microsoft. They're ready to step in at Google. They're ready to go hit the workforce. And he goes, these tech companies, they're not paying a ton when people start out. They're paying a bit, but they're not paying a ton. And so it's very easy for these companies that are outside Washington State to lure them in with a better pay and whatnot, right? So he says, we're losing a lot of our graduates. So one of the big reasons for developing South Lake Union, and this was his presentation, whether it's true or not, I don't know, was, well, if we offer these starter homes, is what they were designed to be. These condos were supposed to be starter homes. They were small footprint, kind of concrete studio, like sort of a large studio loft that you could buy in and be a condo and have ownership at a pretty young age, right? As a sort of a starter home. You kind of graduate from college in Seattle, then you can get a job in Seattle, buy into one of these condos at a reasonable price. His idea was for them to be between $40,000 and $50,000, and the initial plan with those was to have a covenant in place that they couldn't be expanded upon, because he was like, his big concern was this big money coming in, buying out all the condos, breaking the walls out, and building luxury spaces. And he's like, look, we don't need more luxury spaces. We need space for young people to get equity into like ownership, right? To use that as a springboard to build a life here in Washington State. Like they shouldn't be going off to Oklahoma to work in a server farm, for Google, or they shouldn't be going off to California to end up in Silicon Valley, where they're just going to end up being essentially a low wage cog in the tech industry there. And it was a long presentation. It was really well put together, and you go like, I can agree with most of the sentiment of what this man is doing, with the fact that he was not necessarily gifted, but he sort of won the lottery in the fact that like he worked, but he made billions, right?
Right.
That's the big difference.
He hit the
is
right
like
time and the right place.
There are billions of people on this planet working super hard, and how many billionaires? 1,000, or there's a lot now. There's a lot more now after COVID, but let's see if we can't get like an approximation. 2,700 billionaires is something like that. There are obviously more now. He was one of the few billionaires at the time that were like well known in the States. It was like him and Bill Gates and a few others, but there's a ton more now after the pandemic. Obviously, we don't need to get talking too much into that, but yeah. So I could see where he was coming from and what his motivation was, and like why he was working on these projects, and what the overall goal was. And I do know that like initially it started out the way he wanted it to be going, but I don't know how long those covenants continued or existed or were allowed to exist or had any kind of legal backing, because I know that they got eroded quite rapidly after that like 5-year period, and then those buildings mostly turned into bigger units, as it were. But I could see where he was coming from, and South Lake Union in Seattle was an area where you, if you were out at night, you probably got stabbed by somebody. The potential for you to get stabbed back then at night went very, very high. During the day, it was more than a zero, but it was low. But at night, it got quite high. I spent a lot of time in my youth in South Lake Union, mixing up and causing trouble. Realistically, it was not an area that anybody would have been admiring all that difficult or all that much. Whereas now, I think most people come into Seattle and see that area and just go like, "Oh, wow, this is the vibrant heart of the city." And it's like, nope, this sure as shit wasn't before. I'll tell you that. It was empty warehouses, polluted ground, and a lot of crime. So Was it worth it? I don't know. The man died. We can never find out now. He died. He apparently got septic after a cancer battle. So, and it's also one of those things that, like, Paul Allen is the test case perfect example of whenever I talk to conspiracy theorists about these, like, the weird Rockefellers living forever and all this kind of like weird nonsense that you see out there, is that, like, if there was a cure for cancer, Paul Allen would have had it.
Right.
That guy 100% would have had it. He had a medical, the exploratory medical company that he had. So Vulcan was the construction company. Then he owned the Seahawks, and he owned what was it called? Allen founded the Allen Institutes for Brain Science, Artificial Intelligence, and Cell Science, as well as companies like Strato Launch Systems and Apex Learning. He owned Vulcan. He owned Interval Research Corporation. I can't remember which company was the one that was doing all of the weird
medical testing.
Yeah, there was one that was really into, like, trying to push interesting medical stuff. And it doesn't seem to be on here. Microsoft Strata Launch, Allen AI, Apex Learning, Space Industry, but Vulcan's not on here either. So I don't know. Not a very useful website. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I forget what it was. It was one of I don't know. I'll probably remember it as soon as the stream ends. Like, oh yeah.
Kind of crazy that a rich guy would go from sepsis of all things. That's usually something caught early and dealt with.
No. Well, no, it was after cancer battle.
Well, yeah, but still.
Well, you know, when you have a bunch of cancer and stuff. So you had non-Hodgkin lymphoma.
Okay.
Oh, he funded Strato Launch, which is the... Oh, yeah, Strato Launch was like the aircraft built by Scaled Composites. It was the largest plane ever flown, right? Yeah, the largest wingspan ever flown at 385 feet.
Wow.
They're just out here flying big planes. That was their whole thing, I guess. I don't know. Fuck. Why? Why were they doing that? We just got to make the biggest plane.
Howard Hughes can't have all the glory.
Mm-hmm. I think it was Interval Research, maybe? Yeah, that's what it was. Silicon Valley-based laboratory. No. Maybe that wasn't it. I don't know. I'm not finding it, but whatever. I can't remember the name of it, and like I said, after the stream, I'll remember, like, oh yeah, it was that. Neuralink. I don't think he started Neuralink, but I wouldn't be surprised to find that he funded somebody who started that, because I know he was spending a lot of money on like medical innovations and things like that. But either way, just this isn't really a stream about Paul Allen, you know. But we got onto that. We got onto that somehow. Wesley's Fish Club says flights are about €500, 550 US. Yeah, I mean, if on a quick search, let's see. Flights to Amsterdam. Oh my God! What the fuck? What the fuck, you piece of shit! God damn it!
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. There we go.
Son of a bitch.
From Seattle. I'd like to fly out of Payne Field, but that seems to be impossible. Let's see. So we got to go to tools.
explain you that drive sucks.
There's a way to do a better search, but we'll just go fucking. We'll just we'll just do the commensurate search. So we want to go the 20th. Wednesday's normally a good day to fly out, and we're gonna be in. Actually, we probably can't go the 20th because we need to be gone at least a week, right? Well, let's say we return on the 27th. So we go for a week. Is this international? I mean, you're flying that far to Europe. You do not want to just stay for 2 or 3 days. You just be jet lagged the whole time, and you'll just be jet lagged the whole time and get sick.
That's going to have you flying the day before Thanksgiving home. That's going to be a nutty.
That would be a problem. Yeah, I didn't really consider that, but let's see. Aer Lingus. Oh my God, I could fly Aer Lingus. So supposedly it says that it's $515 to fly Aer Lingus, which we fly. It flies from Seattle to Dublin with a 5-hour layover in Dublin, and then from Dublin to Amsterdam. So that's 9, 14, 18. It's 18 hours of traveling. Not too bad. Not too bad. Delta KLM. I like flying on KLM, I'll tell you that. KLM has been nice every time I've flown on them. 7 p.m. overnight, which is kind of nice if you can get like a decent seat, because then you can just sleep.
Yep. Get that bulkhead seat for the legs.
But also, here's the problem: you land in Amsterdam at 6 p.m., so you're like with a 3-hour layover. So yeah, you get on the plane, sleep, then a 3-hour layover in London. Then a 1 hour and 15-minute flight to Amsterdam, land at 6 p.m., which could be problematic.
And are wide awake for the next 48 hours.
Delta at a 2 p.m. that lands at 9 p.m. Oh my God, this one's nonstop. This is a nonstop flight, and it only takes 10 hours? What? That's probably the best flight. That's probably the best flight on here. This one's nonstop. It's $750. But that's probably like average leg room, 31 inches.
Yeah, we tie you to the wing.
Let's just look at this. Well, I can't even select that flight. I select that flight and it goes to a different flight. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me fix this. What did I do? I went here. Oh, now I got to pick my return flight. Well, the return flight might as well be nonstop too.
Hey, if you can manage it, by all means.
Whew. So, basic economy is $750.
Round trip?
Yeah, it says that's the round trip, but I don't know until I actually get in here. Because they'll trick you. They trick you with the like, here's the price, and then you get in there, right?
Yeah.
So first bag checked with basic economy. Hold on, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here. There's no reason not to. Here we go. Okay. So if we're looking at this right here, right? Okay. Put it over here. There we go. So basic economy is no seat selection. You get a standard seat. Last aboard. Ticket changes for a fee. And the first check bag, $150. So if you add the $150 of a check bag,
$900 there.
Yeah. So the real trick is that the main cabin is $964. Right. So you're basically like, you might as well just pick this one because that's going to be about the same. Oh my God, what happened? It sent us to Delta. Oh my God, we're in Delta and now it's loading. Let's see what the actual price is. Oh, it's $963. Taxes and fees, $150. See, I'm not a Delta Sky Miles. Damn it. I'm Alaska. I have Alaska miles, but I don't know that I have
Delta Miles.
So the reality is that I should probably go Delta Premium seat because then I could actually sleep because it's an overnight flight, right? It's just gonna fly overnight, and it's just gonna land at 9 a.m. So I would want to sleep, although it's gonna be hard to go to sleep at 2 o'clock. But I could just probably stay up and then go to the airport and just kind of be in the mood to sleep. And that's going to land at 9 a.m. So then I'd be like ready to go in Amsterdam. So realistically, I should probably get this seat, which is $1,158. Yeah. So I don't know. It's not zero.
Hit up your friends for Delta Miles.
Yeah.
Who's got Delta Miles I can borrow?
Yeah, I mean, there probably are. I probably do have people that have Delta Miles and stuff and shit like that. So there's Delta Comfort Plus. There's Delta Premium Select. What does the Premium Select do? 2 free check bags, 1 free carry-on. That one's $2,100. So yeah, it seems like the Comfort Plus, where you're in the double seat as opposed to the 3 seats, you get that one missing seat. You get half of one of that missing seat, right? Is worth it, because you can actually just lay back, have enough space to get comfortable. The last flights that I've been on, I was asking Vicky, I was like, what's the deal with people? Like, people keep running into my arm as they go down the aisle. They're running into me.
The aisles, seem to be getting
She's
narrower
like,
somehow.
She's like, do you realize, like, you're not a little guy? And I'm like, she's like, she goes, you're not a small man. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm not, like, exorbitantly large, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, people are just walking into my arm over here, and so I don't know what's happening. Either the seats are getting smaller or I'm getting fatter. I don't know what's happening. Something's going on. Skog Shrimp is here. What's up, buddy? We started early today. Yeah, we started early because there's a neighborhood picnic, which I'm not even sure if the girls are going to make it to the neighborhood picnic. So I might be the guy who's just walking over there with our contribution is brownies. I pulled them out of the oven right before the stream here, so I guess I might be the guy just walking over there with some brownies. Like, I don't know where the rest of my family is. They're not here. Here's brownies, I guess. I'll have a hot dog, maybe. I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they return. It was really weird. This morning, Vicky woke me up and was like, my dad needs an extra car. I told him that we could loan a car, and I'm like, we have an extra car, but it's like fucked up, Like, what are you talking about? And I don't understand this world where she had offered her dad to borrow a car, and I'm like, yeah, we technically have an extra car, but I wouldn't just start driving it around like nothing's wrong with it. One of the door handles is fucked up, so you have to like get in and roll the window down and open it from the outside. Does that make sense? Like the interior door handle is broken.
Right.
So you can't get out. And it hasn't really been driving all that much. Like I drive it around the neighborhood a couple, I do a couple laps around the neighborhood like once a month or whatever. So it's it's been sitting. My plan was to sell it fairly soon because I'm like, I don't want to fix all this shit on an old truck that somebody else could want and make use of, and it's just been sitting around. I haven't been using it as much as I thought I would, so I'm like, I'll just sell it because I don't need it. And so I haven't really been like, oh, I'm gonna fix that, because there's not real reason to fix it because I'm probably gonna sell it, right?
Right.
So I don't understand like why she wouldn't just say, you know what, I overpromised and I don't have a spare car. let's just figure out how to rent the car longer because her dad's down from Alaska, trying to take care of their house down here. I don't understand the reticence just to say, like, I overpromised. I don't have a car. We got to figure something else out. But she got her friend to follow her down all the way past Seattle, down by where Alyssa lives, which takes minimum an hour and 15 minutes. I have no idea what the traffic is like. It's Labor Day. It's a holiday, so it could be anything.
Yep. And it's Bumbershoot.
Is it a bumper shoot today? I don't even know.
Labor Day weekend, Seattle's going to be a hot mess.
Well, it's not bad currently.
That's good.
But still, I'm like, we could drive down there, then drive back, then drive down there to get it again, then drive back. But two people got to drive down. So it's 5-6 trips or whatever, And I was like, just extend his rental car. And I guess she was like, well, he's upset that it costs so much. And I'm like, it's a rental car. Just extend the rental car. But I don't know, whatever.
Because she's going to get back up here, and then there's going to be a call about an hour later.
Well, she's going to get back up here, and we're not going to have a car. And she has a bunch of shit that she has to drive to this week. I have a bunch of shit I got to drive to this week, and we have one for sure vehicle now. So I'm like, I don't understand, like, volunteering for this hardship when there's really no, like, functional reason to sign up for it. Like, like, it's voluntary. You're voluntarily signing up for a hardship for no good reason. So then she was wanting to get our other car into the mechanic. Like, well, let's just get it down to the mechanic and have him fix all the stuff. And I'm like, well, how much is that going to cost? Why don't we just pay to extend the rental car? I don't know. Personal relationship shit that I don't understand. But it is what it is. So they're doing that. I just said I'm not driving back down there today. I drove back down and back yesterday, and it took 6 hours, and I'm not doing it again today. I have shit to do. Sorry.
There's a life here, and it's not spent in the car.
Well, yeah, I'm not just driving back and forth to just be driving back and forth. I don't know. And her cousin was there yesterday and was talking about how he has 9 cars currently. So I was like, why don't you just see if he could borrow one of those?
Right? Statistically, at least 2 of them need to run.
Your cousin has like 9 vehicles.
That's crazy.
So I don't know. Whatever. Oh, right on. Never been to a community picnic. I just finished digging and moving dirt for 5 hours after being at work for 6 hours. Welcome to life, Skogs. Welcome to life, my man. Yeah, that's always one of those things. You try to explain it to your wife, and they also are like, "Yeah, but you're a guy. That's what guys do." You're like, I don't, what the fuck, man?
Also sleep.
I'm fucking tired, dude. What are you talking about?
I have to go. It sounds like I've got company.
You have company.
Hi, Mark. Hold on.
Yeah, you better get out of here.
Good day. I guess so. Bye.
You better get out of here.
I'm leaving.
All right, get out of here. All right. Well, now I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. We lost our caller. We don't have a caller anymore. That's the question. Should we break out? Should we break out the risk? I'll have to get the green screen down, boys and girls. Oh, I got to plug in my light. Did I unplug my light? I think I unplugged my light. No, it's plugged in. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good to go. Light's plugged in. Can we push it? Buttons. Look at that. Amazing. All right, we'll get the green screen, and we'll go play a game of Risk. I think the fish are mating. Is it legal to have fish mating in the background? of your stream. Is that okay? Oh, and then I need the light. Where's the big shadow coming from? Oh, over here. Oh, we need this light. Oh, fiddly sticks. Hello? Fiddly poops. Oh, fiddly poopsy boopsy doops. There we go. We got to push this button. We got to go here. Here. Then here. This is the part where people can put me in situations that I may or may not agree to. Because of the green screen, as it were. And then I got to be like right here. I think I got to be right here. All right. Let's see. What are we ranked today? 140th. Well, we'll probably have to play a game of, what do you call it? The meta settings. Let's see if we can find one. Click, 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 click. Hey? Click, 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 click. Hey? Most popular settings, my ass. I heard people saying it's the most popular settings. And I don't even see one here. Wait, who's that?
It's still me.
Wait, you're back? You said you left.
I did left, and then I got rid of them, and now I'm back.
Oh, great. Now you're going to have to deal with risk because we made an executive decision. True random with only 5 players. I don't want to play true random with 5 players. What the F, dude?
Come in.
What do we got here? What do we got? Oh, man. Oh. Nope. I'm sorry, I recognized names in that one, so I had to leave. Recognize names in that game. Gotta get out of there. Neutral bots? Come on. Why does everybody want to play neutral bots these days? What is that? Why does everybody want to play neutral bots? I don't want to play neutral bots. I don't want to play neutral bots. I want to play with the bots. So many bots out, they just start attacking everyone. I like it. I think it's funny. It cracks me up. I like it when the neutral bot, or when somebody bots out and it attacks me even. I think that's funny. I'm like, goddamn bots! What are you doing, bots? Oh, this is that same game. I don't want it. I don't want neutral bots. People like playing neutral bots, apparently, and I don't like playing neutral bots. Well, nobody's playing the meta. All right. Doot. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can't get anybody to join our game. Close that. Chat. Nobody's chatting. Oh my God, we lost everyone. They all left. Everybody left. We don't have any tunes. Do we have any tunes? Oh yeah, I think if I change the If I change the settings on here.
Later.
I'll be back.
I'll
Who was that? Was that the fart people? Was that the people with the farts? Oh, Joel G's here. Okay, good. I was worried. I thought everybody had left while we loaded up a game of Risk. Risk Online. We had topics earlier, and then we lost our caller. So then we're gonna play a game of Risk. What's up, all you nerds? We're playing Risk again today because we lost our phone caller. We lost caller 1, so we're playing a game of Risk Online. Oh my god! And we're gonna hopefully win. We'll see if we can't win. Do we have any background music? Where's our background music? Chat's working. Risk is working. Tunes are playing. Okay, we'll see. Are they like super quiet? Oh, there we go. I'm picking 4th. I think I'm picking 4th, and I think everybody knows where I'm going to go here on this map. Blizzards are choking out the bottom here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see orange go down here. Blizzard over here. Closes out. The noob corner is a 2-point hold. This blizzard means nothing. This blizzard means nothing. White's up there. It's really a question if, like, I want to go here or here. Because if I go here, I can take this. If I go here, I can take this bonus pretty early.
go there then.
White's gonna go before us. Red, where did red go? So red has material. Because my thought was to go on Prussia, but I can't go on Prussia now. Take this goofball cap. We'll take this goofball cap, and we'll see how it goes. See how it goes.
This map seems busier than usual.
Why?
Maybe it's just less storm blockage. It feels like there's less big spots blocked out for viewing.
Well, they'll start hitting my territories, and so right now, right at the beginning, I have all the territories I could have to start with. Everybody starts with 13. And then as people hit them, I'll have more areas that I can't see. I lose my vision. Hopefully we're gonna see where red goes. I don't know what red's doing. Hopefully we'll see something. See something, say something, right? My guess is that white is gonna go back here and take Scandinavia. Oh my god, we don't see anything from red. Red took a card.
And now I have an extra dog.
Wait, you have another dog now?
My neighbors just cannot pen their animal, and so every time they leave, I get another dog.
Ah.
Luckily, she doesn't get into the chicken coop anymore.
Yeah, because my guess is that white's going to go over this way. Behind here? Yeah, okay. They're taking Scandinavia. I was hoping I don't lose my 3. The only problem is that I won't be able to... The only problem is I won't be able to do exactly what I want to do. Yeah, I think we'll do this. We can just assume that green is reasonable. We'll give him a little fist bumps. And we'll pull our 3 back over there. We have an 8 cap. We're sort of soft protecting from the red 2 right here. And hopefully green is like, oh, I'm going to chill. We'll see. See how it goes. I did a 3v1 because I didn't want to have 7 on cap. I wanted to have 8 on cap. So we took the risk.
Hence the game. So, question.
Why does
Lots
it-
of female icons in your players. Do they just take whatever randomly generates, or have you found that to actually be that there's a surprising number of female risk players?
I have no idea.
Not a lot of chatting in risk, I guess. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of chatting. I'm not super involved in it. Seemingly, there's more guys playing Risk online.
Typically, that would seem to be
The women's community is smaller, so and which isn't really like out of the realm of norm for
No, not at all.
pretty much anything these days, really. So I was kind of like, why the hell did Red put a 2 down here? Why did you add right there? That is bizarre. Okay, well, they started with 8. How did they start with 8? Do they have... Maybe they have Iceland plus some territories? I don't know. So there seems to be mostly guys. There definitely seems to be mostly guys playing Risk Online, as opposed to there being a large female contingent, although there is some of a female contingent on YouTube that are players. There's so many. There's a lot less. So it is seemingly not necessarily like sexist, but this game probably appeals to guys more than it does to girls. But who the hell knows? I mean, maybe there's just a ton of girls that play and don't advertise it at all. But seemingly,
that seems to be the
they're seemingly
trend.
quieter.
Go ahead, sorry.
They're seemingly quieter on like the Discords and stuff. How many do I have? 10? So
I was just curious.
yeah, because I could do.
I mean,
I
I
could
know
do
you can
10.
never really tell by the icons, but
Yeah, so you can pick your icon, right? Everybody's allowed. You can choose through the icons which one you want to have.
right. Hence you and your turret.
It's a robot.
I always thought of it as just a turret. Okay, a robot too.
He's a robot. He's
Okay.
I forget who he is. They all have a backstory. All of them have like a description and who they are. Then they have a backstory. So I'm a robot that's made out of junk parts. This one is the... I forget, can you... Oh, there's no way to click on them, but they all have like a little backstory of who they are, right?
That's
There's
funny.
an orc, there's a vampire, there's a robot, there's a whole bunch of them. There's a ton of them. There's an old wizard guy. There's lots of them.
I've seen the kind
this-
of Russian Mongolian looking.
So this one is a female avatar, but their name is Liam. So who knows? This one's Maya Mutton Chop. This one's Manning Lee with the LY. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I could put my name in as Sharon Stone or whatever. You can put your name in as whatever you want. So it's hard to say like just from the icon, the what the
Right.
hell it is. This person doesn't even have an icon. They're offline. They don't even have an
I think
icon.
that was a bot.
So Orange
okay.
just broke my bonus. What the fuck, dude? So they got mad that I took Spain, And then broke my bonus here with their leftover troops that they had sitting around. Let's see what red does here. Red's trying to take this down here. Like, my capital is right here. Like, what are you doing? Like, I guess hit my 3, but yeah, whatever. Those people are funny. It's like orange broke my bonus down like this and then left a 6 here, but like I can just stack on the 4 and come down and eliminate it. And I don't know what red is doing, just goofing around down here. It's weird. So let's see. So I'll get 10. So I'll have a 14, 13, 12. Yeah, I'll probably be able to hit all that out, right? I'll be able to hit orange out. The question is, like, should I hit red out of here? Red got 10. How is red getting 8 and then 10? So weird. Boink. Like, what is red doing down here? Oh, their capital's right here. All right. All right. Their capital's right down here, but they're not taking the Orient for some reason. We don't know why. Purple lost their capital. Way to go, Purple. Good job. Who quit already?
Green maybe over in the Orient?
Purple quit already. So purple lost their capital. I'm guessing that purple must have lost their capital to red. Red must have taken purple's capital. What the hell is orange doing now? See, orange is named Orangely Fresh. Which, I mean, at least I like the
Comedic value.
the comedic value of their name. That's pretty good. Joel G says, "Why doesn't it show the damn timestamps anymore?" I don't know which timestamps. What timestamps are you talking about?
I think he means in chat.
Oh, the chat ones?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can turn... Oh, there we go. I'll turn them back on. There we go. I didn't realize that they were off. But there you go, buddy. I fucking love it. You're a moderator, Joel. You could turn them back on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get to the timestamps now. Do it.
You can do it.
Do it. I'm here. Get to the timestamps now. So let's see. So red put down 5 troops, then went over and still didn't. They didn't kill my 2. Or they didn't kill my 3 that was here. So. Okay, red's not very bright. We got to just bear in mind, red is not very smart, folks. Okay.
They're just a baby player.
That's like, it's just not enough. It's not enough troops, my guy. All right, so if I go 16 on 5, but orange is here still, so I probably got to hit orange out from down at the bottom. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. All right. We don't care about the purple that's here.
Purple, purple.
So another dumb question. So your bonus cards, the different style of troops, does that just give you a different number, or do they actually have different skills or talents that somehow express themselves in the game.
Oh, no, it's all troops. So,
It's just
yeah, it's all troops. We're playing progressive, so it's going to go 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. Then it goes 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. As you trade in your 3 cards, it's progressive. So it'll get progressively more and more as people trade in to get troop bonus.
right. I just wasn't sure if like
now-
the cannons got different than the.
No, they're
soldiers
just,
versus-
it's like if you had 3 jacks or something, right?
Okay. All right.
And so you need either 3 of a kind or 1 of each. So the different maps have different troop types on them, right?
Right.
Depending on like what map you're on. So this guy started with 5 and came over and just decided to hit all of this with an early trade. Fucking what a guy. Orangely fresh is just not very fresh. Okay. So each map has kind of like a different design on what type of troops are going to be on it. But the main kicker here is that there's a +2 if you hold that territory. You get +2 troops when you trade in. So
Right. You get home
right
field
now-
advantage, so to speak.
if you click this button over here, it'll show you which territories you have a card.
Mhm.
So I have the Lviv card and the Lithuania card, the Vienna card, and the Sundsvall card. And if you have that at the front of your trade, it'll give you a +2 on that territory, whichever one's the most towards the left, towards the front, essentially. It'll give you +2 there, which can be really helpful at times because, the difference between having a 1 and a 3 on a territory, it's much harder to hit a 3 than it is to hit a 1. So a guaranteed
Right.
take on a 1 is 4 troops attacking a 1, whereas a guaranteed take on a 3 is 7 troops, right? So, you need a lot more troops to take a territory that has 3 on it. So a lot of times it can be really helpful to get that +2.
Okay.
And so you always got to kind of think of like, where's your +2? Like, where's my +2 at? I'm getting enough troops to just mess with orange still. So let's see. Red is just down here being weird. So we're going to throw 8 there. We're going to make sure that we have a 15. And we'll put a 10 over there because we know that orange doesn't have a trade. They only have 1 card. They traded early, which I don't recommend, especially because red, green, white, and myself have all built ourselves up to 5 cards, and we're going to get forced to trade at 5 cards. So originally, orange was going to get a 15 trade as the cards came around, and they took a 4 trade instead. So they went like -9 on just the card trade in, which is stupid. You shouldn't do that. They traded early to attack me because for whatever reason they thought that Spain was theirs, even though they didn't have the entirety of Spain. They didn't have all the territories to have the bonus. They just had a couple of them. And for whatever reason, they're like, that's mine. Which is why you can tell that like a player is not to say that they aren't that good, but they definitely don't have very much experience with playing the game because they're making like super emotional attacks as opposed to
Right.
like taking territory, taking space, getting bonuses, protecting yourself to be able to take out the other players. Because that's the whole objective of the game is to get rid of to beat everyone, to get rid of everyone. And so if you're just playing super emotionally like that, where like, oh, I'm gonna attack this guy because I wanted to be over there. Like, who the fuck cares, man? Who
Right.
cares? Like where you're at, you should be worrying about taking the territories and stuff of where you want to be for the benefit of the game. But it's just you can really tell for like newer players, they'll make like super emotional attacks like that, like this guy is, like orange is. Which ultimately is going to lead to his downfall because he's got green. I think he's in Italy. I think he's in Italy bonus. So his capital is in here somewhere. He's got green up against him. He's got white up against him, and he's got me down here. So all that's going to do is just be, they'll be like, I don't care about taking out orange, you know. I'll take him out. Like, I don't care. He's not playing friendly. He's not playing friendly, whereas green is playing friendly. We have a soft border right here. I just have ones protecting each other's bonus. Like, okay. It's obvious that green is and at least an experienced player. White's obviously an experienced player. So, like, I don't really care what orange does at this point because they don't seem to be a very experienced player. And some people will wonder why I'm going to trade the 3 cannons here. That's because the 3 cannons, those cards are going to go back into the deck. And because they're going to go back into the deck, I am not too worried, or it's better optimally for me to trade those in because they'll be back in the deck and I'll probably get them again. They're more likely to get them again. And there's orange. Orange is dead now. I just killed orange because they played super emotionally this whole time. And green took their capital. So, like I said, with green pressuring right next to him, the last thing that they want to do is start a fight with somebody else who's over here, right? Like, I'm over here in Southeast Europe. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Southeast Europe bonus. They were in Italy. So, like, to be over here messing with me doesn't make any sense when green... We know that green's cap was in Vienna because we saw that right at the beginning. So, green's capital is right here. So, orange acting like an idiot. Green last turn just came in and took their capital and didn't kill them all the way. But it just left just these troops down here. And now orange got 6th. Even though purple had botted out, orange got a lower placement than purple did. Purple's bot right now is just around doing stuff, leaving a 14 right here. Like, what the fuck?
Right. Just hanging out. Oh.
So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, he's playing super emotionally. He traded early. There's no reason for him to trade early. He came over here, wasted all of his troops attacking Spain. He's not even in Spain, right? And with green right here on his border. Green got all their troops together and went down and took the capital. So, you know, it's like, why play like that? There's no upside to playing like that. There's only downside. The downside being that you just get beat and then you look like an idiot. Well, Joel G's got his timestamps back, so he's says, oh yeah, I used to say it on chat. I don't know why. The thing is with the YouTube chat, like, the settings get changed by YouTube all the time. They're like, well, we think this is more optimal, you know, so they just change stuff. I don't know why they do. They just decide that that's what they want to do. Because it defaults to top chat as opposed to live chat. But there's also a fan funding. There's also a fan funding option, and I don't know, it's just weird. So, purple has 2 cards. So what we're gonna do? How much does red have there? 15. So or 5. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this bonus down here. And then I want to see what the hell's going on down here. I'm just going to take this bonus.
Okay.
Is this all purple? Okay. So realistically, my goal next turn would be to kill purple.
White purple off the board.
Yeah, white purple off the board because they have 3. Because purple has 3 cards now. So when I kill purple, I'll get a trade. Trades are now at 25, so anybody in here trades, it's 30. So it should have enough next turn to kill purple, take their cards, and maybe have a trade in. Hopefully green doesn't go bad and decide to hit me down here, because I could use this bonus to kill purple. Because purple has a 4 and a 1 up here, so I need a 9er. I need a 9er. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They probably have 5 territories over here, depending on what red's doing. I don't know what red's doing. Red's confused, but red will be on 5 cards, and I'll be able to... I think red is only down here. But they might still be up in Iceland. Oh, they're getting 14 troops, so never mind. I probably won't kill red next turn. They're up here somewhere, doing something. I don't know what they're doing up here. Maybe they have France. They'll probably be up here being irritating. Oh, they broke green. So green will probably attack them up there. But my goal next turn would be to kill purple. I just don't want this bot here anymore. It's stacking on my capital, and it's eventually going to break this bonus. So realistically, it's in my favor to get rid of purple, get 3 cards. It's worth 30 troops. It's worth 30 troops to kill purple. So
White's just hanging out in the north somewhere.
Oh, cool. White took out purple up there. Nice. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, bud.
Makes it that much easier.
Well, I guess I'm going down here with a 30 because I am interested in knowing how much purple had down here. Okay, if I had gone... Oh, we're gonna trade the 3 dudes. We're gonna trade the 3 dudes. Did we get another dude back? Did we get a dude? No, but we got a trade. We got a trade on 4 coming in hot. Next turn, white is gonna have Russia, Scandinavia, and probably Germany, I think. White's been just like staying out of trouble. And yeah, 16 a turn. Okay. How much should red have? 9 troops, so they must have France, I think. I think they must have France or something up here. Or maybe they have Iceland and a cap. I think they might have somebody's capital. Maybe purple's capital. I don't know.
Yeah, because we didn't see purple's capital.
Nah. So with a 30 capital, I forget what the minimum take is. I'm not sleeping. You're sleeping. Let's see. Balance blitz. There we go. 30 capital. Let's see. 30 capital. Oh, whoops. Let's go here. Doo-doo. I'm using a calculator to find out how many troops I need to take a 30 capital.
Okay.
60? No, capital. There we go. Capital, calculate. 60 is not enough. 66, I think? No, it's 67.
The year I was born.
68. 68 for a 30 capital. So, how many troops am I going to get? Let's see. 5, 9, 13, 19, 25, plus. So 28. I think I'm going to get 28 if I don't get broken here by green or white. What happened to green? Did green disconnect? Oh, green is disconnected. Oh my gatos. Well, green just went offline. so that tells us what to do. We're going to take this 14 capital down here of green, and they've stacked a 33 on our border. So this bonus is going to get broken, but we'll deal with that by attacking this 14 capital unless white happens to come down and take it. How much did white get? 25 plus a 40 trade. So white could put down 75 troops, and all they did was take a card. So, I thought I was going to get 29. I got 31. Oh my gatos. That's more than I thought. So I think to solidify this, we are going to take an early trade, not on 5. So make sure that we take this capital without a problem and have a lot of troops on it. We're going to go up here. And we're going to... my alarm's going off. So we have 31.
Yep, it's 2 o'clock.
It is 2 o'clock. The alarm's going off. Distracted me. So ultimately what we would want the green player to do is go up. We want these troops to go north. But with our luck, they're going to come south. They're going to come towards us. We're going to have to deal with it. Red is traded early for 70 for an extra 52 troops. They're putting 47 on my 72 cap. Did they log out? Okay, no, they're just weird. Once again, red is weird.
Still weird.
So this is actually pretty stupid by red because they're going to lose these cards because I'm going to be able to take Nalut right here, which is going to ruin their bonus. It's going to ruin this 3-troop bonus that they seem excited about. And to put lots of troops on there. They put 44 troops to try and defend this +3 bonus down here. They didn't put any of the troops on their capital. So we'll see how this shakes out.
Oh, get him.
Strange plan, Cotton. All right, so I'm going to get buried by green. I told you, I wanted it to go north. That means it's going to go south.
Yep. Exactly as planned.
It's breaking my bonus. My bonus. Don't break this bonus. I wonder how much it came off of the capital. Let's see if white takes the capital. They might. So they're going to take this bonus and what else? One attack. Oh, it must have stayed on. Green must have stayed on their capital. So I think what we'll do this turn is let red hold down here. Because it's not really going to change too much for us if we attack red, other than the fact that they'll break our Orient bonus over here. So we're just gonna chill.
Get your bonus.
We're just gonna chill and we're gonna let red do their thing. We're not gonna let green get a bonus, but we're gonna do green might get a trade, so hopefully with any luck they don't get a trade and they come down and open up our 27. Do we have a trade? We do not. Okay, so we probably won't be able to kill green we won't be able to kill them if they get a trade, but if they don't get a trade, we might be able to come off our 72 capital and smoke them, as it were. For some reason, red is stacking on this capital right here. I don't know why. Are they going to, like, hit the capital? Are they going to 4-on-3? What are they doing? They are. I'm going to go... No. They broke my Orient bonus. All right. This means war. This means war, red.
Anyway.
Red's a bit of a...
To the Redskis.
Red's a bit of a toe sucker, as it were.
Uh-oh.
My God.
Well, we all know how you feel about that.
They broke my bonus. Green traded, damn it. Well, we didn't want green to trade, but it actually doesn't matter that green or that red broke this bonus over here because Green's about to break it. Let's see. They come off cap. There's 15 on capital. 15 on capital. 17's coming over. We won't know if it fortifies back to the capital or not. All right. Meh.
White, come down and beat up on green.
I don't know if they just took the capital or not. They might have. Let's see. Yeah, they did. Okay. I'm just going to go back down here. So I'm going back down to this capital right here because this capital is open, technically. So whenever I get a trade, trades are at 60 now, so it's not great to go through a 23 or a 21 or a 14 or any of this stuff, but this capital is open. So I can go out from this capital if I need to. Don't do that. I'm giving them the frowny face.
Jiggle. I don't think I've ever heard of jiggle.
What the fuck is red doing that? You could have taken a card over here. A fucking rude ass. What a rude asshole. What a rude asshole. Liam Neeforth. And I don't know why they're stacking on my capital right here. Like, this does nothing for them. So, the capitals defend with 3 dice as opposed to 2. So, you need more troops to take a capital than the number of the capital. For it to be 100% take, you need 2.3 times the amount of troops.
So 142, so almost 200 to do that.
So for a 70, yeah, I have a 72 capital here. So you would need like, I mean, just to, if you're going to do super quick math, at least like 155, right? You know, it's like double plus some, you know? So if you wanted 100% take on my capital of 72, you need like a 155. That's like the quick math, right?
Right.
Whereas you could do I could do the on the calculator over here. So let's see. I have 4 cards. I can take his 8. No problem. Okay.
Get him.
All right. So, I don't know why he's stacking here because you need like a 155 or something. Let me see what the exact. Let's see. Defending. Whoops. Defending would be 72 troops on a capital. Let's do 155 and see what the math is. Yeah, so 155 is 100%. Oh, 150 is 100%.
Yeah.
So 145. Yeah, so 145 is 95% chance of winning, right? So you definitely need at least double, right? So stacking 74 while I have 72 here, it's just fucking weird and stupid. And he's only got 29 on this capital. So the chances are I get a trade, I can take this capital from him, you know? But the reality right now is that green has 3 cards, I have 5 cards. So what I'd want to do is take the trade, kill green, and get another trade. So I get 65 troops plus my bonuses for trading, and then I can go and kill green. White's going to probably try to kill green right now, and they might have enough to do it. I don't know. I don't know if they realize that green is down here, though. We'll see if they come off their capital to do it. That was weird. Like you went. It's weird that they went that far and then just stopped.
And just stopped.
Unless they have, do they have green? Where is green? Ah. Green got over here somehow. There. Let's see what the shit is going on up here.
Whole lot of white.
Whole lot of whites. Here. But red is up here somewhere too. Yeah.
Yes. But now it's red, white, and yellow. Well, what flag colors are those?
What's going on up here? All right. We're going to find out. We're going to find out the hard way.
Explore.
Yep. Just find out like what these idiots are up to. So yeah, we thought that red had Iceland. Turns out Iceland plus a cap. So my guess would be that purple capped up in Iceland up here, which is just a bad idea. Let's see. Red took a trade, so they might decide to hit my capital down here, which is pretty funny. So they got 150 on a 100. Let's see what the chances are here. Not good. They just looked at what the chances were.
Never mind.
Like, oh wait, never mind. Because it'll show you the percentage. So 150 on a 102. Let's see what it is. Oh my God, it's 2.6% chance to win.
Or we'll just skip it.
Yeah, a 2% chance. It's not good. Yeah, so they're going to come off their capital here. My guess is they bring the 150 back to their capital. Oh my God, they didn't. Oh. I don't know who red is, but red is not bright.
Red's
Not a
looking
very
to
smart
lose.
player. Not a very smart player.
Yeah.
White's doing the thing where they're putting a bunch of troops on their border, which is not it's not even remotely helpful in a progressive game because as you see, like the trades get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So
Right.
if I take a trade right now, I get 80 troops, even if I don't have a bunch of bonuses, which I do have a bunch of bonuses. I would get 80 troops, right? It wouldn't matter to hit the 17, the 8, the 20, the 10. It doesn't.
Right.
It wouldn't mean anything to the amount of troops that I'm getting. Although white is on 5 cards, so what I'm
They're
going
gonna
to
have
do,
some trades.
what I'm going to do is just chill because white's on 5 cards, right? And why that's kind of important is that if I go slamming into white now, they're
It's gonna come back at you.
yeah, they're going to be able to trade in and then come back, come at me just full steam with the trade in. Whereas I want them to be incentivized to go up and hit red in Iceland, right? That's what I want.
Right.
Technically here, people would say, oh, you should have hit red to get rid of them so they wouldn't have this bonus. But chances are I'm going to have a trade on 4. So whatever red does down here, I'm going to get a trade and I'll be able to clear them out. What I'm going to end up doing is taking this capital, hitting red out of here, and then trapping this 150 right here.
Right.
Are they going to fortify it? Like, yeah. See, what red should be doing here is moving this 150 onto a capital. Like, I don't have a bunch of troops just loose all around the board. While I do have a bunch of territories, they're all like ones and stuff. Like, there's not a lot of value to these troops hanging around here, right? There we go. What I wanted is white to go here and expose this capital and potentially hit this capital or fortify to protect this. Yeah, there we go. So they left 84 in the way of red's capital down here. Let's see, Gascony or Gascony. Gascony will be better. So what we're going to do is this. 60, we're going to force them off Oh, shit. We got to find out. 85%. Uh-oh. Fucking lost it.
Uh-oh.
Oops. I should have put more troops over there. Oh, well. There. We'll do this. Put a 48 here. I slapped down too many troops over here and was like, shit, how much do I have left? Is it enough to take this 26 cap? But the answer to that was no.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, so I started with 52 troops on attacking a 26. So it was even double, and I still lost, and they had 5 left. What's he going to do with this 150? Oh my god, he's just leaving the 150 here. Why? Why would you be doing that? That doesn't make any sense.
Stupid.
So I think he has like 3 on this capital or something. It's crazy. White's just coming. Okay, White's just going to take the UK. What? All right, so we'll stick to my same plan, which is take this capital. Unfortunately, we're a move behind, and I wanted him to not be on 4 cards. Oh, I can't fortify. Yeah. Yeah, I guess what I can do is this. I guess I'll just add a couple on there. Well, we'll see what red does here. Red might take a trade and hit this capital. I don't know what they're going to do. Actually, I don't know what they're going to do. They're a wild card, so we'll see. They might take a trade and put everything up here and attack white. I don't know what they're going to do, so we'll see.
Maybe Canadians.
Currently, I have a lot of advantage over white, just from the standpoint that they only have 60 on this capital. Russia, I can get into. I think their other capital is up in Denmark, I think, if I recall. White was in Denmark, and then they took this. Yeah, so I think... And my guess would be that white has animosity towards red this whole time. So is red not going to get a card? So red traded in. And they didn't put any troops down here. Are they going to hit this white? They didn't do anything. They just sat there. Didn't do nothing. Didn't make any... No decision is a decision. Remember, folks, no decision is a decision. Indecision is definitely a decision, right? Oh, here we go. White's coming into us. They're taking our France. Oh, no. But they're leaving an 8 here and a 10 here and a 1 here and a 17 here. I guess who's coming in slapper style? It's going to be me. I'm coming in. We gotta see what's going on here. We got to check what's going on up in White's area of the map. We're going to see what's happening here. Oh, he's got a weird 196. What's this doing over here? What?
Everybody's got weird stuff.
They got weird stacks all over the place. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what the plan is. They got a 196 over there. Why the fuck would he have a 196 over here in Russia for no reason? He's got 196 in Kharkiv. It's not on a cap. It's not anything. And it was just up here. Like, why? Okay. Makes no sense to me. And if red doesn't want to do anything, it's kind of not my problem either. So my guess is this 196 is going to come up here and break the Orient and maybe hit this capital. I don't know. We'll see what he does. I don't know what white's doing. White is here. Red's still here. White, I don't know what white's doing. I don't know what red's doing. Red's still here, but they're just not doing anything. Not doing nothing. There we go. Report. Report. Wasting my time. Oh, okay. So they just quit. They're a bot now. So what's going to happen is that bot is up here is going to hit whatever is on Scotland. That capital is in Iceland Northeast is going to hit Scotland. Let's see what white does here. Boom. Boop. 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 Hit it. Okay. You ran into a capital. Okay. Boop. 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 Okay. Left is 66. 196 comes up here to run down into a capital, right? Oh, he's gonna block it right here. He's gonna try and card block me. Okay. Little does he know, I don't have a trade. Little does he know, I don't have a trade.
I can't do anything.
I don't want to open up this yet. So what I'm going to do is this and... So I guess his plan all along was to like come up and card block me here? Okay. But I want to see what happens here when red comes out. I'll leave 10 there. Okay. I want to be able to see what red does. I want to see if red comes out from this capital. So that's what, people would be like, well, why'd you go up all the way up there to break up? Well, I broke Russia, so he's not going to get that bonus. I broke Scandinavia, UK, Italy, France. I broke all these bonuses. He's still going to get some bonuses, but he's not going to get the...
as many.
The Russia bonus. And plus I wanted to see what red was doing. What is the red bot going to do, and what's white going to do in retaliation to what the red bot does here. So chances are white was assuming that the red bot was going to come out of there and he's going to be able to take the capital, would be my guess. That they're like, oh, I'm going to go in and get that red capital, I'll get the red kill or whatever. But so now white is going to try and take me out, but they've left all these troops over here and I'm going to be able to just come through and start breaking stuff. But what white doesn't know is that I have red to trade with down here forever.
Right.
Let's see, 125. Where do I want to go? Do I want to go here? That opens a capital. That's not great. I hit an 87. I think I'll do more damage this way. I'm not going to open that Denmark capital.
Of yellow destruction.
Yeah, I mean, so right now, tactically, white is doing the right thing by building a card block on me so that I'm not able to take cards anymore, right? So they're like, okay, he'll just be stuck at the bottom of the map, right? Which does make sense. Tactically, that does make sense. The only problem here is I don't think he knows that red is still down here.
Right.
So, like, he could build a card block on me, but red is in between two of my capitals, right? So until he gets enough troops to come down here and take a capital, building a card block on me doesn't really work because red is behind me. So even if he takes all this stuff, there's 3 capitals that stop him from getting down here, right?
Right.
So if red is just behind me forever, I can just keep getting cards, and eventually white takes the entire board and is stuck trying to attack my capitals, and then he'll be card blocked. Right?
Right. The long, slow death.
So what do I need here? 18, right? 17. So with any luck, red trades in here up and puts troops up here because they have more troops up here and potentially attacks one of his capitals. But what I do need to do is get the Vienna capital here fairly soon. That'll be my goal.
Okay.
What would be interesting is if red comes down and opens up this capital, because then I'll be able to go up and take the Vienna capital. He's only got 60 on it.
The delay makes this a little hard to follow sometimes.
What's that?
Well, because you're, seeing stuff however many seconds ahead of what YouTube is showing me. So you'll be like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'll be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So that's
So I get
just
26 plus 110. Okay, so we're going to take that capital. Let's hope for a good roll here. All right, decent roll. So white took red's capital. White went over here and prioritized taking this.
Another country I've never heard of.
What's that?
Ezerum.
Ezerum. Oh no, they took my loot. So they certainly are. Red is definitely building up a ton of troops down here, but
Right.
that's always the trick here is that like I have red down here. So I will always be able to get cards.
Right. Just trade back and forth with them.
So he's probably going to lose a bunch here. Only lost 134.
Poor Vienna's like, we keep changing our loyalties. Who do we belong to?
What's that?
Said meanwhile, poor Vienna's like, we keep changing our loyalties. Who do we belong to?
Right. Who is it? So let's see. He lost 134 hitting that capital. I lost 92. So technically 40 troops. So red's up in here Just hitting whatever. Red's probably going to leave this 64 here probably forever, right? $125. $86. Oh, red got 8. That means they must have taken France. Oh, no trade. Red with the split. Oh, breaking my bonus.
Uh-oh, not again.
Red broke my bonus. So that's the thing. I wonder if white has figured out that red is down here now.
They have to assume they're doing something somewhere.
That's really the question. It's like, have they figured it out? Let's see. I got 19. So we probably want like 125.
Wise.
So that was like a decent roll on red there. 38. So each card right now is worth fucking math, bro. That's crazy. 43. So each card is worth 43 right now. So having hit red for a loss of 38 is technically positive, right? And they put a 6 down here, so I can always hit a 6. See if they move around down here at all. So the trick is to leave some 1s on the bot's border, because the robots themselves will not stack a load of troops unless you have a whole bunch of troops on that.
They're easily fooled.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's so much that they're like easily fooled, but they are fooled nonetheless. White's going to leave me a 1 here.
Oh, nice.
White has opened my capital. Yeah, we'll put 4 here.
Decided to set you free. Send you off to do their dirty work.
30, 40, something. Boop. Do. Let's see. Red's on 2 cards, so they have no trade. Let's see where red goes. How much did they get? 16. So red is slowly just taking all this back up here. And white's letting them do it. But the thing for white is that they're leaving these stacks out here, and now he's opened this capital to eventually me come up and and give him the old slapper business. But he is in a good position for card blocking, which is why I took the Vienna Capital.
Right.
He had a lucky trade and took it right back. So right now we're in the the shuffle mode of like him trying to figure out like what the fuck is going on, like how is red, how is he still getting cards?
Right.
Is he technically he should have no vision of what's going on down here, right? And he's got a 100 capital. Let's see if he takes red out completely. Nope.
They're all stretched out.
Do. Oh, nobody's chatting anymore. Now that I play Risk, nobody's chatting anymore. Where's the chat at?
Sleeping or not.
I'm not sleeping. You're sleeping.
This is all a bad dream.
It's
Zip
all a
gun is
bad
off
dream. Well, let's take
playing
a look.
Minecraft with my
Yeah,
ex-husband.
everybody left anyhow. They all left. They're
Why
like,
does he
he's
sit
not
there all the
rambling
time
on
now?"
about nonsense with water. If he's not rambling about water nonsense, we're out of here. We gotta go.
Right. Zip gun and my ex-husband are building I don't know what in the Minecraft server.
Oh. What are they building?
Zip gun likes to build villages.
Oh.
On the last map, we built this village, and I come and check it out, and there's this little 4x4 square, and there's a fox in it, and I'm like, is it bad that I feel bad for a digital fox that has no room? And about, I don't know, a week later, he's like, I expanded his enclosure, and now he's got a pond. Okay. Good to know.
That's funny.
It was. Hi, new local Austin. Hi, Kiwi. Hi, Scott. Again.
This means war. So yeah, like depends on what the bot's doing up there, but oh, it looks like it just took a trade, right? Oh no, they must have traded last time. Oh, they traded last time. So last turn they traded for 140 and put it all up here. So wherever it's going now, I don't know where it's going, but it's up here somewhere, slapping around up in the up there. Yep.
How often do the bots win these games?
Not very often. They're pretty stupid. I mean, the reality is that like they're pretty dumb. The bigger thing with them is like how can you manage where they're at or know that you could get a kill on them or whatnot. Like that's the bigger deal. The bigger ordeal is like how are you going to deal with them, right?
Right. Use them as an ally or at least a pry bar.
Right. So right now, the bot's putting all their troops up here into taking back, you know, the UK area, the UK France area and whatnot. So the bigger thing is that like he's going to be hitting stuff that costs him a lot. You know, hitting 60s and 50s and whatever the hell the bot's doing up here. It just put 140 troops up there. It's still got 170 down here in my area, but the more and more he clears that out, then these will start moving around.
Right. Currently, he's on the bangers and mash tour.
Yeah, and he's leaving me like ones and stuff to hit, but he left a 20 down here for some reason.
Odd.
But I am in the mood of hitting him a little bit, just to wear him down.
Nah, McEmurray.
And we need a big cap there to hit that 80 if I need to. Yeah, so as you can see, the bot's been spreading across up here.
Oh, yeah.
And he's having to hit it and deal with it. So the thing is, like, the more he hits the bot out of here, I'll still have the bot down below. So,
Right.
and yeah, see now he hit the bot so much that now it's going to start spreading out down here again. So I don't have to hit a 90 or an 80 or whatever. Now I can just hit a 30 and leave some ones down there. Or where's it going? Oh, I can hit a 5. There we go.
Even better.
How much did he get? 36. Yeah. I'm still here trying not to fall asleep in my dinner plate. Makes sense.
They make peanut butter.
So like that last turn, I don't know what he hit, but he hit a bunch of stuff of red, I think. He stacked from here, came down here, and then it seemed like he had some more attacks. And red only got 3 this turn, which means he broke all of the stuff. Red with another trade on 3, put 22 troops down here on Tobruk, but that's about it. Next turn, I'll have a 1 to hit. So when I get my 25 or however 18 troops or whatever, like I'm not even losing anything, and it's all just going back on capital. So, and every once in a while, I can just, whenever I get a trade, I can hit him and take some of these stacks away. But I have a 1 down here to hit too, because he left a 1 here. Oh, red started with 4, which means red took more territory again. Let's see, white started with 29 that time, 36 before, 28, so yeah. It's got 25 this time. So red is obviously hitting them, which is funny. Oh, it opened my capital. Oops. The only issue is that I want this cap. I want the Vienna capital. Oh, we put 98 over here. Okay. So let's see. I get 25 plus 160 is 185 plus 176. So I have enough to take it this time. I can go here through the 50. I don't know if I want to do it yet. I might as well take my trade. Yep. Because I can hit this right here.
When did they start making peanut butter chuck?
What's that?
I'm multitasking and doing grocery shopping to discover that they now make peanut butter chips.
Peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter chips for like.
No, Chex, like cereal.
Oh, peanut butter Chex. I was like, oh, peanut butter chips, like the chocolate chips. Yeah, they because I was like, oh, they've been making those for a while, dude. You can make peanut butter chip cookies, dude. You get those cookies and put them in your mouth. You'd be freaking
Been
out.
on a molasses cookie binge lately.
You'd be freaking out, dude. The cookies are so delicious. Ugh. My bonus. Oh, you bot. The bot broke my bonus. Damn it.
And the bot.
Damn this bot.
Damn it.
Damn this bot in the butt.
I think it's just gonna be corn chips. I'm a purist.
Corn checks.
I like corn chips.
Rice checks, dude.
I like them both. I go back and forth,
Yeah. I get it.
and I don't put wheat checks in my Chex Mix because I like to make it at home,
I get it.
and I don't like pretzels or wheat checks in my Chex. So
I get it. I get it.
I'm
I get
weird.
it. It all makes sense. I get it.
Good. I'm grocery
I
shopping
get
while
it.
hungry. It's
I
cool.
understand.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the weird thing is that White's got a bunch of troops off capital. Like he's got this 164 off capital here for whatever reason. He actually moved his 50 back to the capital, which is smart. But pretty much at like any point in time, I can trade and have a 500 here or whatever. Come hit that 164 and clear out a bunch of his off capital troops. You know.
Right.
And he seems pretty adept at replacing the card block, putting the card block up. But when it comes to like trades like 165 right now, I could go up and remove, let's see, 90, 250, probably 300 or 400 troops that are off capital and still put 100 back down here or whatever. It's not good for them. It's not favorable to their long-term strategy here of card blocking me, especially because they didn't realize that red was down here.
Nope. All right.
Yeah, and right now they're having to like swing around and hit a bunch of red.
We're gonna get squeezed from both sides.
And I'll just take a card and wait him out a little bit whilst I build up. Because he goofily opened this capital here. He opened the cap.
Very considerate of him.
He opened the grease cap, and that ain't smart because this has access out. And as red continues to grow out here and take up space, eventually I'm going to be able to come out with like 1,000 capital and take shit.
Lots and lots of shit.
$24 last turn. He got 33. Oh,
33 and a third.
see, now this is just funny because I'm going to be able to wipe out 120 troops. Let's see. What do I lose? 108. Bummer.
That's a lot.
So what white should do on the next trade is trade and put down under this 20 and go up here and take out whatever I left up here. But let's see what they do. I got kind of a shitty roll on that 100 stack. What did I lost 108 to their 121. That kind of sucks. But cool, still streaming. Is this going to be the longest live stream you've had? No, I think the longest live stream I've had was like 7 hours, I think 7 hours is the longest one I've done. Eventually it gets to the point where you have to go to the bathroom. You know, that's the big thing. And then you got to leave. And then you come back and you're like, well, I don't know. I think that's it, guys. It's the end of the day. You know.
You're like, well, then why didn't you just... All right.
Oh, here he comes. So he came up this way, which is weird. Because he's going to hit this. Okay. Oh, man, he got an even roll there. 53, 55. Yeah, that's pretty good. So he's going to come back and he's going to set up here again. So the bigger picture thing here is that he's not putting anything on his capital. He just keeps leaving these. He keeps leaving these stacks all over the place.
Is he trying to lure you out? Does he have something hidden away somewhere else?
No, he's trying to card block me. He's trying to make sure that I don't have any spots where I can attack and get a card. I mean, it makes sense.
Oh.
It makes sense. That's what he's trying to do. But he opened this capital. He opened this capital. I currently have 2 cap cards, right? 2 capital cards, which means there's really no way to stop me from hitting whatever is touching my capital, right? He would need a massive number of troops to block the 374 from attacking, right? You need like a 750 or an 800 or something, or 600 or something, right? To stop me from being able to attack with my capital. But if I have a 1 on a territory and you put a big, like a 55 right here, I'm only getting 25 troops. So a 25 hitting a 55 means that I won't be able to get a card.
Right.
But the thing is, like, I have a 1 here, I have a 1 here, I have a 1 here. So I'm still going to get a card. Because the cards are worth more than the bonuses, right? Because currently a trade is 185. So each card is worth 60 troops, right? So each card being worth 60 troops is more than any bonus in the game, right? So the objective is to make sure that I don't have any ability to take a card, and then eventually he'll overwhelm me with the amount of troops that he has. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I'm unable to get the big bonus of turning in a trade and getting, 200 additional troops. Like, see, red just got 185 troops. So far, red has been putting almost all of them up here. But the big thing is that he only has 200 troops here. I don't know what he has on the Denmark cap, and I think he has the Iceland cap also. What's even funnier is like these bots will keep trading in, and as you can see, they stick to a capital because a capital has a lot of troops on it. So if you have a territory that has a lot of troops, the bot naturally goes, I better put a lot of troops there because they have a lot of troops there, right?
Right. I've got a match.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is they end up sticking to the capital. Like this one right here on the Alps has not come down into Italy at all because it's sticking to the Vienna cap. Well, eventually they'll pile up enough troops against the capital to hit the capital, right?
Right.
See, he just puts them on capital. He's probably watching stream. He's probably a fucking cheater. He's probably a stream sniping fucking cheater. Let's see. So we're going to put...
There's a conspiracy theory for you.
People actually do that, believe it or not. People actually go around and find Risk Players streams and watch them because they're able to figure out like what they're doing, especially in the fog. Because I can't see white up here at all, right?
But your stream would not be that. Well, I guess since you're... Nope, you have a different name on YouTube to Risk. and you're not.
Yeah, but people know that I stream Risk.
That's true.
There are enough YouTubers that know. As a matter of fact, when I gifted subs earlier today, I mentioned it.
When you keep giving them subs, how can they not?
No. So when you gift subs, it gifts them. There's a list. YouTube essentially has a list of people that have watched your channel the most in the last 30 days, right?
Right.
And that's how it allocates the top people to gift a subscription to, or a membership to, right?
Right.
So Jim's Fish obviously watches my channel for fish stuff. Mickey's Aquariums obviously watches stuff for fish stuff. Yes, sir is somebody who's been a fish person, right? But Eat What the Monkeys Eat is a Risk person, and Brian Mason is a 100% only Risk person. So 2 of the 5 subs are people that have watched my channel for Risk content. Let's see. So I have a trade. Red came through here. That's funny. What did white get last time? 31. Yeah, so basically, like, no matter what happens, I'm getting 25 troops every turn, too, on top of it.
Right.
But, so we'll see how this goes.
Yazianut, what was that?
Oh, people are like, is this the longest stream? There's been longer, for sure, from Skogs, but this one is the longest in recent memory. Hopefully he's still playing when I wake up and get my coffee later. Probably not, because I'm supposed to go to that neighborhood barbecue at 3 o'clock. I don't know where the girls are or when the girls will be back. I'm guessing they're just counting on returning and
Joining the party.
and joining the party at some point. I don't know. I'm supposed to walk over there around 3 o'clock, which is not now, but it's coming.
It's 4 minutes from now.
It's 4 minutes from now. Like, it's coming.
It's on its way. Damn
Let's
time.
see.
It's on
Let's
flippin',
see.
flippin',
Let's see. How much did white get last time? 31. So they're just still holding their bonuses. And I'm just gonna hit this 20 because I like removing his troops.
Need your name.
So what's gonna eventually happen is that Red's just gonna continue building up troops up here and causing him problems. And eventually he's gonna have to start like really wiping out the bot. And as you can see, the bot's like moving south now towards my capitals, and it's gonna eventually open up. It's gonna eventually open up my capitals to being able to come out, right? So on this turn coming up, I have a 205 trade plus 25. So I can put 225 on the 440 capital here and come out and like fuck shit up if I want. Which is why it's like trying to figure out that's why it's like trying to figure out how the bots are and trying to figure out like if somebody is behind a fog territory when you go to try and kill them is such a problem, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm going to go try and kill this guy. And then, oh shit, I missed him. There's somewhere, he's hiding somewhere, can be a real hardship for players, especially like newer players. But I think Manning Lee, whoever this person is probably fairly experienced, hard to say. We'll take our bonus 2 troops, so we'll get so we have 230 to put on here. So technically I can come out with a 670, right? A 670 and just go like fucking wreak havoc up here. But he's probably gonna have a trade to follow up. So what I'll probably do is just hit this, because at least I can take 135 of his troops off the board just for funsies, and just whatever these extra territories and shit that he has, and I just clear out some of his bonus because it's fun.
He doesn't stream enough late night, Skogs.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I normally do the late night. When I do Risk, I normally play late night, my time.
And the insomniacs among us wish that you would stream more when you do so, but
I wish I could. I mean, I always hate to like bring up the financial aspect of it, but like,
I know, I get it.
it's the reality of like, there's only 24 hours in the day. I can certainly occupy my time doing things.
Right.
Like there are a lot of people out there that are like, I wish you streamed all the time, every day, and it's like, do you go to your job? Like, you probably go to your job every day, right? It's like, so like, if this was my job, I would go to it every day. That's the thing. Like, it unfortunately hasn't worked out to be enough to be a job.
I'm going to win the lottery and take care of all of it, but that's just my plan today.
That's your plan today?
Just today. It'll change tomorrow.
I see. Take over the world.
Whoa. Me and the crazy cat ladies.
How much did Red get? Red's getting 11 now. Red's spreading out. So this last turn, he traded in on a not forced trade. So he traded in on 4 to come and clear me out. Also, one of the things that you want to do is force them to trade early, to not wait until they have 5 cards, right?
Right.
So anybody that you're playing against, you want to be forcing them to trade early, because there's less opportunity for them to have a trade if they have 3 cards or if they have 4 cards. So as you can move ahead of them in the trade order, essentially, of you like carrying more cards. So if you have 5 cards, it's a guaranteed trade. If you have 4 cards, it's, I think, 86% of the time you'll have a trade. On 3 cards, it's like 40% or something. Like, it drops dramatically on how often you'll be able to have a trade. So what'll end up happening is eventually I'll be far enough ahead in the card trading that I'll be able to
Just smack with a ton of stuff.
like clear out a bunch of his stuff, and he won't have a trade to retaliate. Does that make sense? So far, every time that I've smacked him, he's had a trade for retaliation. And because I don't want to close stuff off, I'm actually going to hit this 60, which seems ridiculous, but it technically is a decent play, right? Because cards are worth 75 now, I think. Yeah, about 75, 73. So hitting a 60 is not a big deal.
Stephen, is that the $575 million lottery that's tomorrow?
I don't know. They're always so big now. The lotteries are always like gigantic. Excuse me.
Although
I haven't gotten a wild card this whole game. It's crazy. So normally, like, when you can make a big move is when I'm on 5. See how he's on 3 cards right now? As I force him to trade early, eventually I'll be on like 5 cards and have a wild, and I'll know that I will for sure have a trade on 3, right, on the next turn to retaliate. And so you can make like a really big play at that point, because you know you're going to have a trade. Gotta get this number just right. 194 hits 245, 100% take. 134, and he lost 201. $658 million. I just want like 20,000. Yeah.
I guess I need to dream bigger somehow.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's crazy to think that like you get like a 50% settlement or whatever. You get like I think technically it's more than 50%, but you get to take the half or whatever. And,
Right.
you know, so let's say it is $300 million, but
That's still just fine.
so Skog says they would take the annuity for sure, but the reality is you would, if you do win the Mega Millions or whatever, or the Powerball, and it's like $600 million or whatever the fuck it is, you will immediately hire somebody to handle that decision for you. Like there are specifically
Right.
tax guys that do lottery winnings and stuff, and you would definitely want 100% to get their take
Intake,
on what to do. Because the last thing that you'd want to do is accidentally fuck that up, right?
Right. Because you can always take the half and make that into an annuity, and then just not
Yeah.
worry about the taxes. in
Yeah, that's the
future.
thing. Because like one of the guys, I was on YouTube listening to one of the tax preparer guys. Like somebody did a podcast with him. He's like specifically a lottery winning tax guy. And he was talking about it that like, well, you know, some of these people, they get $100 million or whatever the fuck it is. And he's like, look, you could take a ton of that money and invest it properly into like CDs, like stuff that's not even
Right.
too
Not
crazy.
risky.
And he's like, you potentially could be making like $16 million a year off of, and it's zero risk, right?
Right.
So he's like, could you live off of 16 million a year? You know, he's like, is that enough? Is that enough for you to live off of? Because that would essentially just last forever, right?
Right. Exactly.
Like you'd be getting $16 million a year, not working.
That's only a million times more than I make now. Sure.
Right. And it's only like 1 billion times more than I make right now. But,
Right.
you know, and so he's like, yeah, that's the big takeaway is that like these people just probably don't understand the amounts and what you can and can't do with the money or without the money or whatever, right? So he's like, it's super confusing to people that have like never dealt with money to just straight up be like, oh yeah, all right, you know, kind of thing. So as you can see right now, White decided that they were going to trade, go up here and hit my stack, right? They hit my stack and it opened up this capital, which meant I'm able to come up and delete all of them, and I moved 200 troops over from this capital. That's huge. Last turn, White only got 7, which means White has 2 capitals and basically no other territories. I'm on 4 cards. He is on 2 cards and just came off of capital with that huge, that stack that he came off of with was his capital, right? And so now he's going to try and block me again, which isn't going to work because I'm on 4 cards, guys. And he's like putting everything into it. He just put 290 into it. So wherever that came from was like all of his troops. And
So you're gonna take
oh,
one
it's
out first or
77%. Come on, baby. I just barely made it. Oh man, we almost lost there. We almost lost something big time. But the red bot, as you can see, like the red bot is just spreading everywhere. It's just like a cancer. And so this last turn, so if we go back through the turns here, let's see what happened. So I hit his 126. Then I went up and stayed. Then he got 7. He came and hit my 175. He lost 127. So I hit his 290, only lost 255. Yeah. So right now, like, the tides are turning because he's just been battling the bot and trying to get cards off the bot and trying to block me the whole time. The bot's now getting 21 a turn. I can always hit this 64. I can hit this 62. I can hit this 68. He doesn't even have a capital anymore.
Get him.
Suck it, White! Suck it, White! Suck it, White! So some people would be like, I don't know what you're doing. This don't make a lot of sense. But here's the reality is that like it does make a lot of sense because he doesn't even have a fucking capital up here anymore. Look at this. The red bot is going to kill him next turn, to be clear.
Yeah, it's just a race to see which one of you finishes off what first.
So I need 120. Actually, the bot is going to kill him next turn.
Okay.
Watch.
I believe it.
Watch.
And then you're going to kill the bot.
It's going to take me a while to kill the bot because the bot's pretty big.
Big booty. Sorry.
Big booty bot. Big booty bot stuff.
Booty. Big booty.
I think white is up here. I think white's in Roskilde or something still.
Right. I need to watch that again.
I don't know. We'll see if he comes out or not. He
I've
should
seen
kill
that in a
him.
few years.
I don't know what territory he's on. But I wonder if he has a stack somewhere. He doesn't have a capital. I have 4 capitals. The bot has 2. Ah, there he goes. There he's dead. I knew it was going to kill him. Manning Lee, you fucking dum-dum! What are you doing? You needed to get to the chopper! He fucked up. Oh, and I have a trade. I have a trade. I'll probably be able to win next turn. So for those of you that wanted the longest stream of your life, or my life, it's not gonna happen. Also, I have to pee, so there's that too.
Brownies, peeing, and winning. All the things in life.
The wins, the dirty wins. All right, so we gotta hit this 74. Then we gotta see what's on this capital. There's fucking nothing on that capital, and we go over here, and there's nothing on this capital. Boom, win, victory. Once again, the fucking glorious winner, yours truly, Pee Pants McGee. Out here playing with the Piss Army, as you know. Once again, the Piss Army reigns supreme. This is the bot. See how he's a robot. He's a little robot guy. Actually, we'll go look at his profile. We'll find out what his name is. Red, novice, fucking quitter. Fucking quitter, played like a goofball. Mia Mutton Chop did not play poorly. Did pretty good. Intermediate. Purple, I don't know what the fuck happened to Purple. I think Purple capped up in Iceland, so not good. Orange was an idiot. You guys remember Orange? Orange was was brash and freaking out, and it did not last long. White hung in there, understood some fundamentals of the game for sure. Had a plan, just could not figure out how to execute it. And unfortunately lost to yours truly once again, which puts us at 109 on the world rank leaderboard.
You've come up in the world since last we left as a group.
Since the beginning of the game? Yeah, we did.
Well,
Since the beginning of the game. The beginning of the game, we were at 140. Now we're at 109.
I was dealing with neighbors. I just meant the last time in general, but yeah, all right.
Oh, I don't think I was really... Well, I don't know. I only just tell you guys what the rank is because, right? Like the ranking just doesn't fucking mean anything. I only play if I play at night, which is often when I do before I go to bed. I'll play a game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play a game before I go to bed, and that's pretty much it. And then I'll end up climbing the leaderboard or whatever. I just show you guys just to show you guys. I've never played a season where I was like, let me play 500 games or whatever and try to get to the top. I've never tried to get to the top. Our current online free for all win-loss ratio on this account is 325 and 411. So we're gaining on the losses. We'll eventually overtake the losses. What is that, 86? We're at a deficit of 86, so we need to win 86 straight. The most I've ever won was 16 in a row, so I don't think we're going to hit 86 in a row. Apparently my longest losing streak was 12. I don't even fucking remember that, but who knows. Oh, I bet you my longest losing streak is right here from these crazy-ass 1v1s I've been playing. Because, like, look at these 1v1s. They're, like, the craziest settings ever, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I end up losing to some crazy thing that happens on them, and they're not really 1v1 because they have bots, and there's been a lot of luck from the opponents too. I've gotten some luck myself, but still. So we got to go here. Avatar. There we go. Sergeant Swivels is his name.
Sergeant Swivels. All right.
This bot may be made of 40% post-consumer recycling goods, but they know every play in the combat handbook. There we go. So he's made out of 40% post-consumer recycled goods. So there's a whole bunch of options here of what you could pick, right? There's a ton.
Like a good dog name.
So there's like the wizard, the elf, the skeleton pirate, what's this guy? Shaquille, a pirate with a heart of gold. There's a chick pirate. There's a Blackbeard the pirate. There's an old dude pirate. There's a vampire. There's a ghoul. You could be a ghoul if you want. There's a zombie. There's the king guy, Thaddeus, the dwarf king.
All the pay ones, yeah.
There's a dwarf king.
I don't
There's
see those very often.
There's a cowboy zombie. There's a dragon. You could be Zarls the Fourth, former leader of the Dragon Army of the East. I don't know. There's this alien guy with a brain in a jar. Napoleon Bonaparte. Rumor has it that the brain floating in the biofuel is that of Napoleon's 8th cousin, but don't tell him that. He may be the tallest. He may be the tallest bot in La Grande Galacta Armée, but his fuse is the shortest. I don't know. There's an alien guy. There's an alien girl. There's Chick Samurai. There's Major Spark, which is a chick cyborg-looking dude. There's an orc. There's all these regular guys. I just play with the bot because I like the Piss Army bot because he's yellow, and he's a Piss Army bot. So yeah. I just laugh at my own shit. Okay, so that's it for today. We had a lot of fun. Everybody hit the like button super hard, and they caressed it, and they licked it, and they did everything with the like button that you could possibly do. Slap it with your ween. Slap it with your ween. Do whatever you got to do. I don't care. We're going to put our green screen back up and make sure the dangler goes up high enough this time so it doesn't look like a tampon string hanging from the ceiling. Somebody mentioned that. They're like, what's that tampon string up there? And I'm like, I can't be on this stream anymore. You guys are gross. So
sucking in tampon screens. We've covered it all.
Yeah. New Local Austin says I always pick orange. That's a good point. If I take the lump, I would end up with a hair over 200, which is still too much, but I could manage the yearly payments better instead of blowing it on a private island right away. Yeah. So the thing is, like, if you do win the lottery, like I said, there's our tax guys, lawyers, tax lawyers that will help you manage that money. And you can talk about the options, and you can talk about like what are the possibilities. My understanding is that like if you think you're not going to live very long, right? So like let's say you win the lottery, you win the Powerball, and you're 80 years old, whatever. They would go like taking the lump sum actually doesn't make a lot of sense for that person because the annuity can be just passed on to somebody else, right? You can actually just gift that in your will. You can will it to somebody else. And so they're like, well, if you're talking about that you're going to die pretty soon, a lot of this money is going to go to taxes because like it's going to get halved. Then you're going to get a bunch of tax. And so that might be a better thing to take the payments every year because then you can just will the payments into a family trust every year or whatever. But you know, it's all going to depend on like what does somebody want to do. Maybe you are a CEO of a company that you've worked for 25 years and you want to buy the company. So you might want to take the lump sum so you could buy the company that you've worked at your entire life or something. I don't know. There's a whole lot of crazy options, but those advisors will there's some really good ones out there that would be able to help you deal with just the insanity of winning, and they've already experienced it with a bunch of other people and can like point out pitfalls and give you advice and show you how to file all the paperwork and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. So if you ever do win the Powerball, I don't know. It would just be cool if you guys sponsor me building projects or whatever. That's all I would really care about. Was just sponsor building projects. That's really all I want to do. I've been doing some deep soul searching, and the only thing that like sort of rings true to like what I want to do is do projects, film them, and do this process of doing content. Like, it's what I really want to do. But whether or not that's in the cards is a totally different question at this point. At this point, than anything else, right? Is like, is that even a possibility? Is the issue right now? And as I've mentioned in the past, even in this stream, is like, I don't want to bring up the monetary shit. And as a matter of fact, like, I hate the idea of like money existing. And I, as a matter of fact, regularly bitch at boomers for, like, this is the best world that you could have envisioned to like put your energy towards. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what? This is the best world that we could have envisioned as humans to like, let's build this where everybody just gets born, goes to school for 15 years, then works for 50 years, and you basically die after that. Seems really weird that everybody would have been putting their energy into this the whole entire time. But it is what it is. Whether I like it or not, it doesn't really change the reality that that is, right? So I do have to work, I do have to make money, and I have to make money in order to pay the bills, well, my half of the bills for the family here. So it is what it is. Although I can't imagine that Vicky's probably real happy with me right now for having to drive down and leave her car for her dad and have her friend do it and whatever. She's probably pissed, but I'm like, this shit comes out of the blue in the morning and I don't know how to deal with it. So anyhow, love you guys. Hope you have fun. I'm going to go take the brownies over to the barbecue, I guess. Okay. Bye-bye. Is it quiet? It feels like it's quiet. Since when did the intro song get so quiet? Oh, it's like all the way up too. I don't know. It got quiet.